All right. I think we are live. So hello, everybody. Welcome. Hang on. Let me just move that out of the way real quick. Um, Sorry about that. So hello, everybody. Welcome along. We'll give it a second just to let people join the stream. I'm just going to go on to my own Shy Talk podcast account now just to see that we are indeed live, and we are. So yeah, hello. Welcome everybody along to the stream for the 2023 Champions League final between Manchester City and Inter Milan. It is a huge occasion, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest occasion, arguably, in the footballing calendar. Look at us. 2 streams in as many weeks. We are going absolutely brilliantly. Let's just hope that our internet doesn't quite tick us over quite as hard as it did last week. If we do have anyone in the chat so far, could you just let us know if everything is looking alright, first of all, and the audio is good for you guys as well. I'm just going to do a quick little advertisement for TikTok and for Instagram. Bear with while we do that. And then what we'll do is, it is about 20 minutes until kickoff in Istanbul. We will run through both lineups for Manchester City and Inter Milan. And then I'll kind of give my thoughts and my final predictions before we kick off. So bear with me now while I do a very, very cringe Instagram promotion that we are indeed live. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live on YouTube, so we're up there. Hello, everybody. Click the link in the old bio and come on over and say hello, join the stream, and get involved. See you in the chat. Bye. Sorry about that. On YouTube. Click the link in the old bio. Give us a second now, give us a second. And we're just going to lob that up on the story. So what we'll do is we'll run through our starting 11s for this season's Champions League final, which is taking place in Istanbul this evening. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock. Manchester City's second Champions League final ever. Their second, obviously, in the last 2 years. Obviously, last one was the time they were beaten in Porto by the mighty Chelsea. So, come on, the boys. Things haven't gone particularly well for us since then. Anyway, Manchester City. A lot of us kind of were thinking to ourselves, what way is Pep going to approach this? Oftentimes he kind of overthinks things in the final, and oftentimes it doesn't go so well as a result. We all remember the I suppose the controversy of 2021 in that final against Chelsea, where he kind of played with no 6, and that was something he hadn't been doing all season. He didn't play with either Fernandinho or Rodri that night. Was kind of expecting Gundogan, of all people, to do that job, and he couldn't really. And to be fair, it didn't pay off for him on that evening. He also didn't play a striker, which at the time wasn't particularly, shocking, considering Aguero was kind of always injured. He was always injured, and arguably coming towards the end of his sort of prime. But obviously these days they've got a robot up front, don't they? So that is fun. Like I say, if anyone wants to throw anything up into the chat, just to let us know that you can hear everything all right, and I'm coming across. Hang on, I could just do it myself. Yeah, there we go. We can all hear it good. So enough shy talk and waffling. Let's get into the City team then. Ederson is, of course, the goalkeeper for Manchester City. That back three that they've become so kind of known for is still there. Akanji, Diaz and Ake. John Stones is kind of playing that familiar role that we've come to know him as in that kind of 6 beside Rodri. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan. Will this be his final game for Manchester City? City fans will be hoping not. Jack Grealish obviously has been a bit of a revelation recently. He is in on the left, and of course Erling Haaland starts up front for the Premier League champions. And let's be honest, clear favourites. We will get into all that kind of jazz and my predictions, like I say, once we finish running through the teams. But very strong City team, a team that you would expect to win, a team that should be expected to win, and a team that a lot of people think will win. So we will see. Time will tell on that one. As for the Inter Milan team, they've got Onana in goal, obviously being heavily linked with a move to Stamford Bridge in the summer. Obviously Chelsea are in dire need of a new goalkeeper or two, let's be honest. Matteo Darmian, former Manchester United right back Matteo Darmian, starts at right centre back beside Acerbi and Bastoni. Denzel Dumfries and DeMarco are your wing-backs for Inter Milan, and Hakan Çalhanoğlu alongside Marcelo Brozovic and Nicolo Barella. And up front for Inter Milan is Lautaro Martinez and former Manchester City striker Edin Dzeko. What a story that could be if he was to get a goal today or have any sort of involvement in this game today. It would be an absolute heartbreaker for Manchester City fans if Edin Dzeko was to strike for them today. We'll have a look. Obviously, it's in Istanbul this evening. The sides have got. I'm actually currently watching the BT Sport stream, and it's a very, very strange cast of characters as your pundits there. You got Rio is there as usual. You got Cesc Fabregas. What a beautiful man, Cesc Fabregas. Then you got Jolien Lescott, who I guess, to be fair, he's been on BT quite a lot, and he's done a lot of punditry in that regard. And then you got Mario Balotelli, no less, also joining the BT Sport crew this evening. What a weird combination of people that is. But it looks like the stadium in Istanbul. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, or else I will make a fool of myself. And we are live, so we don't want to, make a fool of ourselves in that sense. Anyone that's in the chat, and if you're not subscribed already, do consider doing so. That'd be fantastic. And you're going to hear me say that a lot of times throughout the stream here today. And I quite like this little setup we got here. I mean, obviously we had the stream last week. It was out in kind of the usual shed, the usual surroundings that we do the verdict and a lot of stuff like that. But we've kind of moved the setup back into the room here. And for like the last couple of inside videos, such as Crinkle Bombs Crusaders and stuff like that, have been in here. And it's been quite sick. And I'm thinking maybe for next season we could do the verdict in here as well as like a live kind of thing. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, because I think that would be a really, really cool way to kind of evolve the series in that sense. But anyway, Aaron, stop talking about yourself. Talk about the occasion. I'm going to take a sip of tea first, so sorry about that. Yes, so Manchester City, Inter Milan. What a weird kind of pairing this is to see at this point in the tournament. I think a lot of people would have predicted Manchester City to be here, let's be honest. If we looked at it at the start of the season, we've been saying it about City, it feels like for the last decade or so, since the money has really kind of ramped up and kind of helped evolve them. You look at it and you think, fuck me, like they have got to be up there every single year with the, the level of investment, not only in the team and in the players, but into the training ground and the whole kind of infrastructure of the club as well. The way it's been run has been insane. And I know you need money to do that, and that is a lot of people. The question a lot of people will say, oh, well, maybe they haven't done it with honour. Listen, that's not for me to decide. Might not be for you to decide either. But like it or not, they've done it. They're here. They're here at another final. A lot of people are saying that Inter Milan need to win in order to save football. Again, I don't really have an opinion on that. We're looking at the odds. It's 28-1 for Manchester City to win 3-2 tonight. I'm not a betting man, as I've said many times, but if you are, there's your odds. Manchester City, heavy favourites to pick up their first ever Champions League tonight. Inter Milan, on the other hand, a side with real kind of pedigree in this competition, don't they? And but let's be honest, they've had better sides. And you looked at that kind of side of the draw when the last 16 came out. You've seen all the Italian sides there. And with no disrespect, the better sides were definitely on the other side of the draw. You had Man City, obviously. You had Chelsea, I suppose, were there for a while. You had Liverpool, you had Real Madrid. All the really, really good sides were on that kind of right-hand side of the draw. Well, I remember it being the right-hand side of the draw. It might not have been, but I'm just going off memory there. And on the other side, you had Benfica, you had Napoli, and you had the two Milan clubs. And I think a lot of us kind of predicted Napoli to be the ones to make it to the final, considering how strong they've been in league terms this season. And ultimately, they weren't able to do that. AC Milan knocked them out, which was interesting, which set up that kind of Milan derby in the semis. And now Inter are the team that have progressed to face Manchester City. Now, you look at this, right? It looks like a classic case of David versus Goliath. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the amount of spending that's gone into that Man City team. You look at the the pedigree of some of these players, and you compare it to Inter, while yes, they have very good players, you got to look at it and say to yourself, surely to God, Manchester City are going to win this game today. They've got to do it, right? Surely. What could go wrong? And I think the team that Pep has picked, let's just take another look at it here. It looks like a team that's going to do it tonight. I really do think so. Now, Inter have set up. Now, to be fair, they're not setting up any differently just because it's Man City and it's a Champions League final, which you could arguably be forgiven for because of the quality of opposition you're coming up against there. But they're playing the way they've played all season, Inter. Now, I'm not going to pretend I've watched Inter all season, but the little bits I've seen of them, they have gone with that sort of 3-5-2, which are wing backs in Denzel Dumfries and Federico Di Marco as well. So, they're definitely going to try and block up that midfield and try and stop your kind of creative flow from the likes of Bernardo, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Grealish, like the likes of Çalhanoğlu, Brozovic, Barella. They've got, they're particularly say Barella and Çalhanoğlu have got a lot more in the locker, you'd say, in terms of quality going forward. But they're really, really going to have to work tonight to try and nullify the threat of, say, De Bruyne, Gundogan, who has been on incredible form in this kind of run into the towards the end of the season. And obviously your wide players, DeMarco, Dumfries, Bernardo and Grealish are going to give you a fucking torrid time as well. And, they're all going to try and get up and support the main man up top, Erling Haaland. You look at Inter Milan, they are set up very, very structurally strong. And that's what they've got to try and do. That's got to be the game plan, surely. I mean, I imagine, I'm no expert, far from it. If any of you guys have watched my channel for any sort of length of time, I'm no expert when it comes to these kind of things, alright? Tactically or anything like that. I'd have a slight idea having played a bit of the game, alright? At a semi-high level. But I'd imagine, if you look at it on paper, these Inter players, and particularly Dumfries and DeMarco, are going to be in a back five a lot of the night. And there's going to be a lot of running for them up and down those wings, especially in the transitions. When they do win the ball back, they have to be so decisive with their passing. Everything has to be on point for Inter tonight. And I mean that in every sense of the word. Everywhere around the park, everything just has to be on point if they're to beat City. That is how big a task I think this is. Do you know what I mean? That is how tough it's going to be for me. Let me see. Not for me personally, It's going to be fine for me. I'm just going to be sitting here judging the fuck out of it. We're going to do a little TikTok story now, just for shits and giggles. We are on the countdown to kick off. 10 minutes to go until the kick off. If I was on 1,000 followers on TikTok, I probably would go live right now. But I'm not. Soon to be, though. We're nearly there. So excuse me while I do yet another cringy Instagram story before we start here. Alright. Hello ladies and gentlemen of TikTok, here we are. We are live on YouTube right now, so if you want to just I'm pointing at you now. Now I've absolutely bamboozled myself there. But we are live on TikTok for the Champions League final between Manchester City and Inter Milan. If you want to pop on by, come over, say hello, let us know your predictions, all that kind of stuff in the chat. And hopefully see a lot of you over there. I realise I've not been on camera for the last 10 seconds there, but anyway, hopefully see some of you here. Now, just give me a second, lads, while I post that to me. Can I post it to me? Sorry, can I? Why isn't it letting me do that? God fucking damn it! Did I make it too long? That is a pain in the arse, isn't it? Excuse me a second. It's not working. Okay, that was a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of everyone's time, really. And I do deeply apologise for that. But if there is any of you guys in the chat right now, feel free to drop us your predictions. And we shall get to them very shortly indeed. But, sorry, just clicking back onto the stream here. Now, we're back on. 9 minutes to kick off, Aaron. You got to chat shit now for the next 9 minutes. Right, let's have a look at how the game is going. Oh, we have the opening ceremony. That's good timing. Who is that? Hang on, I'm going to try not get copyright claimed here. Is it Shakira? It is! I think. God, I'm going to look like a proper twat if it's not Shakira. I think it is. Anyone hear that Lewis Hamilton is currently in talks? I'm seeing these reports about Lewis Hamilton apparently starting to date Shakira. If that is indeed her, I don't know. It doesn't really look like her. I am pop culture illiterate, apparently. Maybe it is her. Maybe it is her. But I'm hearing rumours of Lewis Hamilton starting dating Shakira, and the way they put it online is like Lewis Hamilton rumoured to be in talks or some shit like that. It's like proper Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. With a fucking celebrity relationship. It's the weirdest shit you've ever seen. Mr. Grivach is in the chat. Can anyone tell me if that's Shakira? I don't think it is, lads. I think I've been made to look a proper mug there. Grivach has gone for a 2-0 Inter win, mate. I think that might be a little bit optimistic. I'm not going to lie to you. But I respect the hustle. I respect the confidence in Inter Milan. Literally, the only way I see a result like that happening, Zach is also here. But I remember Zach put a comment last time for the World Cup reactions, and it ended up being Stephen, and they had each other's names on each other's accounts. It was weird. So yeah, Jack's gone 2-0 Inter, and I think it would be a nice story to see Inter Milan do it. Famous old club, huge pedigree in this competition. But I think that's very optimistic. I think everything would just have to go wrong. I think City would literally have to bottle it in order for Inter Milan to win it. I think they'd have to really shit their jocks in order to do that. But I don't know. Just on the idea, actually, again, of the verdict going live next season. Is that something people would be interested in? Because I think it would make it a lot more interactive. Maybe people could give their opinions kind of like live while we're kind of coming up with the boxes and stuff like that. Obviously, I've got a whole summer to think about it now, which is nice. That's not Shakira. I've been made look like a proper bollocks. What an L. Zach has gone 3-2 Inter Milan. I don't know about that, lad. I do not know about that. Players in the tunnel ready to go for the 2023 UEFA Champions League final live from Istanbul. 3-2 Inter. That's very bold to assume that City will concede 3 in a Champions League final, man. That is wild. I do hope we get a good game. I hope it's not like a 1-0 or, and it's just a bit of a bore of a game. I hope that's not the case. I just want a good game, to be honest. I know a lot of rival fans are really arsed about City winning it, and they don't want to see City winning it. I don't know. I don't have a huge amount of it. Obviously, the way City have done it is definitely questionable. But, I don't have a huge amount of hatred towards Manchester City, to be fair. Hate is a strong word, I wouldn't want to see them do well. If I was to pick a winner, I'd probably like to see Inter win it more. But, if City do win it tonight, I'm not going to be too arsed, to be honest. I've seen City win, 4 of the last 5 Premier League titles, and I'm just like, meh. They passed out Chelsea in terms of title wins, and I'm just like, bit arsed. Don't really care. I have to give my prediction, actually. I want to see Inter give it a good go. I would like to see Inter give it a good go. I think it's going to be very hard for them to breach this Manchester City defence. I'm going to go. I think City are going to get the job done, lads. And I think it's going to be fairly comfortable. I think they're going to win 3-1. But they're going to go 3-0 up. So they're going to be like home and hose, and Inter will score like a goal on the counter-attack. Grivach has said that the linesman winked at the camera. There's a lot of that going around. He's seen his moment. He's seen his chance. He's seen his chance on camera, and he took it, to be fair to him. There it is, the famous old trophy. Ready to have a new winner tonight. Thank God it's not Real Madrid winning the Champions League again. That's the only thing I say. Man, the fucking piano and everything. I'm going to get my headphones on, actually, just so I can hear what the fuck is going on. I'm not going to have the volume up too high, just so I can hear myself speak. Just to hear myself speak. Ow. I'm going to try and see if I can get another story up on TikTok before we start here. I'm on mute. Man, the piano sounds kind of epic. You know, Champions League song on the old fucking orchestra. So Manchester City have never won this competition, lads. This is the one that's kind of eluded them for so long. This is the one that they want. It's going to be interesting to see. Can they finally do it? I know a handful of Manchester City fans. One of them lives in this house, and his name is Josh. And he genuinely believes that if Man City don't win tonight, they will never win the Champions League. That's a bold statement. But, you know, he's a Man City fan. I can kind of see where he's coming from in that sense. Okay, I found the story feature on TikTok. We're going to do that now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently live over on the YouTube channel for the Champions League final between Manchester City and Inter Milan. Kickoff is literally 2 minutes away. We have been live on YouTube for the last, about 20 minutes or so. No, I fucked that up. I've gone for too long. Go again, Aaron. I only have 15 seconds, apparently. Right, we're going to flip the camera and do it this way. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently live for the UEFA Champions League Final 2023 over on YouTube. Pop over into the chat. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know your predictions and all that kind of stuff. Come over and say hello if you want as well. And yeah, hopefully see a few of you over there. All the best. Oh, 14 seconds. We just about scabbed it. Oh. Link in profile. X. We'll put an X on there just for comedic effect, lads. Okay, that's going up on the story there now. We got Polish officials, lads. Don't know what relevance that has, to be fair, but there's some information for you. Full of knowledge. Big brains in here only. As the two captains, Ilkay Gundogan, and to be fair, it would be fitting for Ilkay Gundogan to provide another match-winning performance for Manchester City and win them the Champions League. I know Man United fans, Liverpool fans, there's a lot of people that are very nervous at the start of this game that don't want Manchester City to get it done. So there's a lot riding on it. I mean, it's a Champions League final, of course. There's a lot riding on it. But we've had two predictions in the chat so far, and they've both said that Inter are going to win. Now, I think that's really out of just hopeful, wishful thinking, if you like. But I'm going to get back to the chat in 2 seconds, lads, if there is any other chats. Just waiting for my story to upload on TikTok. And then, oh, by the way, follow me on TikTok as well. We're nearly on 1,000 followers over there, which is pretty damn sick, if you ask me. And we've got Mr. Lawler in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Let us know your prediction in the comments, mate. Oh, you can feel the anticipation. This Istanbul, this is obviously... Is this the same stadium that Steven Gerrard's Liverpool won the 2005 final against AC Milan? If it is, what a fucking throwback that is, lads. Inter 1, Man City 0. Oh, I think Inter, the Inter predictions, lads. I feel like it's wishful thinking. If anyone wants to share the link around, by the way, into any group chats you might have of the live stream, that'd be very sound of his. I'd love to see loads of comments in the chat. That would be absolutely lovely of you. So if you just want to do that, try and get some of your mates in to say hello, give us their predictions. Do we have any City win predictions in the chat? I wonder. Probably not. So I am now going to go full screen on my on the stream here for the final. I'm going to put my own stream up here just so I can read the chat out if we get any more. But my God, we're finally here. It feels like a bit of a weird Champions League final, doesn't it? Because like not an awful lot of people think Inter are going to get it done. Apart from my chat, apparently. Everybody in the chat seems to think Inter are going to get it done. But I personally don't think so. Maybe I'm the only realist in this world, lads. Edin Dzeko does a little slip there. What should be? I wonder what's going through his head. Playing against his former team. The team where he won the Premier League. Multiple Premier Leagues, in fact. With Manchester City. Scored that important goal before the Aguero goal. Grivac says, Pep's shine from his head could be used as a lighthouse. Do you know what, mate? Do you know what? When the name Josep Guardiola came up, I was just thinking of the first ever watch-along we did, which was obviously the Chelsea final. And his name come up like that, and you went, and the camera pans to Joseph Guardiola. And oh man, yeah, that's very true. It could blind a nation. That head, shiny head. Maybe that's what won City the FA Cup last week. His head was just a little bit shinier than Erik ten Hag's. Hard to say, really. So a bit of a scrappy start to the game here, lads. Both sides trying to feel each other out. In fairness, in the opening 2.5 minutes, Inter kind of enjoying the lion's share of possession here as things stand. Inter, you'd imagine, will be strong defensively. Strong and resolute. But be interesting to say. I am sweating. I'm just actually looking at myself in the viewfinder. Oh, early chance for Haaland. And I would have been really annoyed there if I was just talking absolute shit about how sweaty I am. And City just went up and scored the opener. But must have been a bit of a mistake there. Because Inter were just passing the ball around the back. And Aaron stopped paying attention to the game for 30 seconds. And Erling Haaland nearly opened it. Look at that size of that gap. He is offside, to be fair. But early chance goes a begging for City. For this City team, like this generation, this is it. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like now or never. And you do wonder if they do win tonight, which obviously they're highly fancy to do a lot of this team move on? You know, is it just kind of the end of this team now? It's hard to say, to be honest. A few of them might look at it and just be like, listen, done all there is to be, all there is to be done, won all there is to be won. Do we move on to new horizons? As Nicola Barella goes down holding his head, not an awful lot in that. Gundogan, slight swing of the arm. But, you know, maybe if some of them do have that mindset, it might make them a little bit more nervous. I mean, it's a Champions League final, even though they're heavily fancy to win it. And that might add to it as well. That they are very much fancy to win it. And it might play on their minds a little bit. Ever so slightly, perhaps. But I think if City score early here, particularly, it could be curtains for Inter Milan, to be fair. Foul there on Bernardo Silva. Nathan Ake, man, he's one of those players that has just kind of... He was always good, wasn't he? He was always decent, but man, he's just come into this City team, and I think he's been very underrated this season for Man City. He really has, like, burst onto the scene, not to quote Micah Richards. John Stones, trying to maybe make room for the shot. He's been a revelation for City this season as well. Bernardo Silva, right side. He's got De Bruyne peeling off his right shoulder. He'll go himself! Oh, God, he's tried to bend it into the far top corner, and it's gone just over the far side. What's your thoughts on Benzema and Kante to Saudi? My thoughts on that is it's sad. If anyone's seen my TikTok, actually, man, it made me really sad about Kante in particular. Obviously, Benzema I couldn't really give a shit about. But with Kante, it just made me sad. But it makes sense. Like, from a Chelsea standpoint, selling Kante kind of does make sense because, like, he is kind of finished and he has been for a while. He's had quite a few injuries, hasn't he? So, as sad as it is, I do think it was time for Kante to move on. Benzema, he's done all there is to be done, hasn't he? I mean, he's leaving as a free agent. He didn't have a great year last year. He didn't have a great year last year, did he? So, it's mad at the amount of money they're being offered, but, like, you know, if you're them and you're coming towards the end of the career, you would just kind of take it, wouldn't you? You know. Particularly when you've had a drop-off in form like Benzema's had and you're always injured like Kante is. You know what I mean? So, it's sad though, man. Especially Messi going to Inter Miami as well. That's insane. That's insane. And, like, Messi's a different case, I think, because I do think Messi still has a lot to offer in European football. Like, I would have loved to see Messi go back to Barcelona. But I think there's just too much baggage there, considering the way it ended the last time. But Inter Miami are still getting a very strong, obviously not prime, but very strong version of Messi, I think. But it's just a sign of the times, man. Our childhood is over. Our childhood is over. All of these players that we've grown up watching, your Messis, your Ronaldos, your Benzemas, your Sergio Ramoses, you know, they're all leaving, they're all retiring, man. It's sad, but it's what happens. I've dreaded the day that Messi retires, and I know he's not retired yet, but, like, he's gone to Inter Miami. He's basically retired, let's be honest. It's man, it's just sad. We're not children anymore, lads. The childhood is gone. Get over it. Gareth Bale retired last year as well. That's another one. Eden Hazard. To be fair, it feels like he's been retired for a long time as well. Without actually being retired yet officially. But we're nearly 8 minutes in, lads. And that one Bernardo Silva chance, really the only one that springs to mind so far. But Inter staying nice and resolute for the minute. Miami is bottom of their conference in MLS, so Messi has to do a madness over there. Yeah, I mean, he does, mate. He does. I heard that alright, and I was like, that is crazy. That's like Messi signing for, like, fucking Forest. You know what I mean? It's obviously not on the same level. I mean, Forest do have a lot of money, to be fair, but not enough to pay Lionel Messi of all people. But to be fair, if anyone can do the madness, it's Messi, you know. And I think, particularly now that he's lost that kind of yard of pace, I think MLS, he should rip it up, to be fair, man. I am destroyed with sweat. Fucking hell, man. Today was a far rainier kind of day, or, like, you know, we're getting far more rain than we have done over the last, like, 2 weeks. But even still, man, it is so fucking warm, even still. Hopefully we get this kind of weather down in Limerick next week. Which, by the way, in case you don't know, I'll be down in Kennedy Cup next week. Down in Limerick. But coaching the Longford team once again, as I did in 2019. Zach will be playing in it. So I'll be down at there all week. So if anyone sees me down there, come up and say hello. Open chance maybe here for Chalanoglu. Spreads the pass out wide. Good ball in, and it's headed away there by Ruben Diaz. And first real opening for Inter Milan. I think it was Chalanoglu who got himself into a little bit of space there. And we know he's a player that has quality, both from a shooting standpoint and, you know, delivering a fucking wicked ball into the box. He's well able to do that as well. It's the David Beckham effect. Yes, very much so. I don't think... I seen a TikTok actually saying how Beckham's been trying this for years. And obviously he played with Messi, or played against Messi when he was with PSG. Obviously, visited the PSG squad not so long ago, actually, like only like 2 or 3 months ago, and I'd say words were definitely had there. But I mean, why wouldn't you want to go play for Bex, you know? Phil Neville got sacked, so at least he's not going to have to be managed. Ederson has just kicked that straight out of play for some reason. Not too sure why he's done that. So Denzel Dumfries, the man who looks pissed off 24/7, is going to fuck this ball into the box, you'd imagine, to the big lads in the middle, particularly Edin Dzeko. I'm looking at you. So Dumfries is going to launch one. Dzeko's going to try and get a flick on it. There's no one really in the middle for Inter Milan. And in the end, it's hooked towards goal by Darmian. It's a little bit awkward for Ederson, that. And Martinez has managed to keep it in. Stones is fouled by Martinez, is he? And in the end, it's a goal kick. So it results in nothing. Slow start to the game, this. I mean, Manchester City won't want to go too all out too quickly and risk the possibility of Inter Milan scoring, because if Inter score first, you just never know. Bit dodgy from Ederson, that, you know. He didn't do great with that. Excuse me a second, lads, while I blow my fucking nose, because I don't know if I've hay fever or something, but I've just had like a blocked up nose for the last like 2 weeks. I'm going to do it away from the mic as well, just out of goodness for you. Oh, fucking hell. I was going to say, if I miss a goal now... Oh, we don't, luckily. There's a foul there on Johnny Stones. Can we talk about Johnny Stones for a minute, man? What a player he's been for City. What a signing he's ended up being for Manchester City. He has really grown into that role. And I remember being one of those people when they signed him for, what was it, 50 odd mil back in the day, and thinking, wow, that's a bit fucking wild. But in fairness to him, he's coming good. He's coming good. Grealish has gone down, and I think City were slowing it down to maybe possibly go back and try and win the free kick for Jack Grealish there. Pass forward into the feet of Lautaro Martinez. Decent ball down the left for DiMarco. He's got 2 to aim at in the centre here, DiMarco. It's going to go all the way across. Back in by Barella, and that is going to be a corner for Inter Milan, who've not made a terrible start, you know. They've not made a bad start at all. I mean, could have been 1-0 down after just a couple of minutes, but really growing into this game. Really growing into this game. Barella's just trying to send that back into an area, and it's just hit Ake in the head and gone out for a corner to Inter Milan. Throw back on the old headphone Rooney's. And Çalhanoğlu's going to take it. I said earlier on, he's got a bit of a wicked set piece on him. Can he find a teammate here? DiMarco's gone out to join him. So, personally, from this kind of situation, I prefer the in-swinger, which in this occasion would be DiMarco. Çalhanoğlu's got the hand up. He's played it short instead. Whipped in by Barella and away in his own box by Erling Haaland, of all people, to get that away for City. Inter being brave here. They're not afraid to get on the ball, are they? Especially like against a side like this, which a lot of people are calling one of the best sides we've seen. That's really well won up the pitch from Denzel Dumfries, and Lautaro Martinez was kind of playing for that free kick, to be fair. And the referee's not giving it. To be fair, the referee is letting a lot go, though. I will say that. He is letting a lot go. Look at this. Man, the Inter manager is gas. He's just running up and down that fucking line like there's no tomorrow. Is that Jolie and Lescott on co-coms? Fat me. That looked like a foul, actually, by from Ruben Diaz on Martinez in the end. He did kind of play for it, but I think he was fouled. Inzaghi is the manager, isn't he? Is it Simone Inzaghi? Could be wrong. I hope I'm right. I've got a lot of things wrong so far. It's because we're live, lads. It's the nerves that's getting to me, you know. So if you're enjoying the stream, lads, so far, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. We've said that for the second time today. I was going to say first, but we've said it. We've said it a few times now. Haaland hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't. But to be fair, when you watch Haaland, I actually think his build-up play leaves a lot to be desired. He's just that much of a fucking robot in the box that, you know, his goals give you enough. Do you know what I mean? You know, you can kind of sacrifice that area of your game if you don't have a striker. Like, he'll hold it up for you, but maybe he won't link the play as good as, say, what Pep used to do, which was maybe playing a Foden or De Bruyne or Silva in that kind of position. But he gets you a fucking half full of goals, and ultimately, that's all you want at the end of the day. Erling Haaland, thank God he's a striker. Erling Haaland, man. Erling Haaland scored what? 36 Premier League goals, maybe more. What's he got overall this season? Outrageous. He's broken all sorts of records. He's done exactly what we kind of predicted him to do since he's come into Manchester City, hasn't he? "17 minutes gone, lads. Manchester City 0, Inter Milan 0. Inter will probably be the happier of the side so far. Mainly because it's still 0-0 and they're not losing yet. You know? Look, maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. And if I'm not giving them enough credit, let me know, lads. You know? I'd expect you to let me know if you feel like I'm saying something wrong here. But, looking at the Instagram story, though, we have mainly Man City for the win predictions in the on the Instagram story, which, you know, seems a lot more realistic than the YouTube chat this evening, lads. I'm going to say it. I don't think our predictions so far are going to end up being accurate, but Inter have started well, to their credit. Grealish is being tracked here all the way, and he might win a corner out of this. He hasn't quite. Cherby's done well, actually. In the end, it's gone out for a throw-in. City have a throw-in there, right in the corner. I'm taking Darwizi any day over him. Nah, but for real, Haaland is the best player in the world this year. I think I agree, mate. I think I agree. I think... open the chat again there. Yeah, I think he'll definitely be up for Ballon d'Or. I think, a lot of people have been kind of dismissing Messi for Ballon d'Or just because he's moved to Inter Miami now. But, you got to consider the year that he's had, even without that move. So Messi will be right up there. But Haaland will be up there as well, man. Mbappe, probably going to be up and around there as well. What I'll ask though is, what's the story with Neymar, lads? Where the fuck is Neymar going to end up by the end of this summer? You know? I see he put up an Instagram story saying he was in Miami today. He could join Messi in Miami. I'm not even being funny, like he genuinely could. Brozovic, nice little ball into Lautaro Martinez, hit by Brozovic, and it's high and over, and Martinez is not a bit happy with him there because he seems like he thinks that Brozovic took that off him. But some nice little play there, nice read of the pass from DeMarco. And Brozovic just seen his name in lights there, and to be fair, Martinez kind of runs across him, cross wires if you like. Pep, with his shiny head, as Mr. Krivac said, is not looking entirely happy as of this moment. And you can understand why. I think Inter have far too much control in this game than he would like. So I can understand why he'd be unhappy. 20 minutes in. 20 minutes gone in this UEFA Champions League final. It's been tight, it's been cagey. But I do think Inter Milan will be the happier side so far. I do. You'd say Bernardo Silva maybe had the best chance, but it still wasn't an easy chance. And I think Inter are they're doing a decent job at the minute. Apparently Neymar has gone Chelsea. Yeah, I think he's going Miami. I think he'll go Miami as well, honestly. But Chelsea, I think that would be a terrible decision. As good a footballer as Neymar is, I mean, let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush here. Neymar is a super footballer, but because of how toxic Chelsea is at the minute and how toxic Chelsea have been for not only this season but quite a while now. With the players, I think we're doing well to get rid of a lot of players that, yes, have been with us for the last couple of years and yes, that have won stuff with us, but are ultimately the reason why managers like Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter ultimately failed, because, you know, they let them down, you know. And I think Neymar would just disrupt that even more, to be honest. So I personally don't want Neymar at Chelsea. As good a player as he is and how cool a novelty as it would be, the novelty would wear off fairly quickly, I think, and it just wouldn't be great for us when we're trying to rebuild and hopefully build something successful under Pochettino next season. I think Neymar coming in would be a very poor decision on the board's part, but the board has been prone to quite a few poor decisions this season, so I'm not going to say I'd be shocked if that happened. Nice little ball there into Gundogan from Bernardo Silva. That's some nice little interchange, but it's just got away from Gundogan. Rodri stepped in though, swept it out wide to John Stones, who's found himself in the right wing. Gundogan, it's over him, might come for Grealish, and Ake, still Ake, and he's claiming a handball against Marcelo Brozovic there. There's a man down in the middle there for Inter Milan. I think it might be DiMarco over on the far side. Going to be a little bit interesting to see what's after happening to DiMarco there. Especially, you know, we have VAR. So if anything has happened, because I was at the Longford Town match last night, lads, and there was a couple of occasions where players just went down off the ball, and I'm thinking, jeez, I wonder what happened there. And we didn't even have the luxury of a replay. Oh, he has kind of stood down his Achilles there. It's not a red card or anything like that, is it? But he has just stood down. It's like he's gone to step across him. Who is it? Is it Gundogan, is it? It's like he's gone to step across him, and as he's put his foot down, instead of landing on the ground, he's landed down DiMarco's Achilles. It's a sore one, that. I don't think anything in it, though, to be honest. All Neymar would do is sell shirts. Well, that is something he would do. And I'd be lying to you if I say I wouldn't buy a Neymar jersey if he signed for Chelsea, because, you know, that would be, you know, a real commercial signing. But, like, we were being linked with Ronaldo last summer, and it was only for the same reasons, to sell shirts. And it's the same kind of thing. Ronaldo's personality would have just messed up the Chelsea dressing room completely, man, and Neymar would be no different in that regard. But that was the first real time that we've seen any sort of kind of decent spell for City. Nice little interchanges. But still really to test Onana in the Inter Milan goal as we approach 25 minutes. We're just over midway through the first half in Istanbul. And Inter Milan are holding their own. And maybe, perhaps, I didn't give them enough credit. Who would have thought? Aaron Kelly being wrong? Never. Oh, give me a second. Oh, me fucking knee. Jesus Christ. Getting old, lads. I'm getting old. I'm 23 now. Getting old. The old joints are giving up on me. Grealish does what Grealish does, really. Gets himself between man and ball and wins himself a free kick. Just past the halfway line, fouled by Barella. But they'll be happy enough to give free kicks away there rather than closer to goal. Gundogan to Ake. Inter just trying to nullify the way Manchester City play. And at the minute it's working, lads. At the minute it's working. And Pep, I don't think he'd be getting nervous yet, because he's still got the trump card. Haaland's not really had much of an impact as of yet. And you know he will have chances. And more often than not, he will take them. A little miscommunication there, trying to let Barella in, but Ake has got a cross and he's got it back as far as Ederson in the Manchester City goal. That's a mistake, and the camera didn't really catch it there, but Ederson's given it away, and Nicolo Barella's just had a shot from about 35 yards, tight angle on it as well, and it's just drifted wide in the end. Man, do you know what? It's not even a terrible pass by Ederson. It's just a miscontrol, really, by... and back it goes. Ake. There's just something a little bit off about City at the minute now. They're just not quite clicking the way they'd want. Back it goes to Diaz. Inter really setting up well with those, like, that bank, you know. Like, look at it. If I'm looking at our possession at the minute at Inter, DiMarco and Dumfries, yes, they're wing backs, but they're playing well. But now Haaland is in. Big chance for Haaland, and it's a strong left-handed save by Onana. Still alive here for Grealish on the left. Grealish pulls it back. Rodri avoids the challenge from Brozovic. Back to Grealish again. And still Grealish lifts it in towards Haaland. And it's cleared away, but still not fully away as far as Inter Milan are concerned. Bernardo Silva has it now. Back to De Bruyne. Bit of room for the cross, and it's a poor, uncharacteristically poor Kevin De Bruyne cross, and it's gone out for a kick out. But that was a first real chance for Haaland. Angle was slightly against him. Tight angle, he's kind of off balance as he's hitting it. It would have been a really difficult one to beat Onana from there. But it's still a strong left hand from the Inter Milan goalkeeper. And it keeps the game at 0-0. But that's the chances that Haaland will eat up. And I don't doubt that he will get plenty more of them before the game is out. And he only needs one or two. Often he only needs one. And that'll be the worry that Inter Milan have now. But like I was saying there, Inter Milan well out of possession. DiMarco and Dumfries were well back. Like, they're literally playing a back five when they're out of possession. Dzeko plays that first time into Barella, and it's Ruben Diaz who steps across and wins it back for Manchester City. He's now striding forward with it. He's got De Bruyne to his left. Still Kevin De Bruyne. Might make room for the shot, and it's not struck as well as De Bruyne would have liked. But City's starting to come into the game a little bit more now, and that actually took a nick off Hakan Çalhanoğlu on the way through. And it's gone back to Andre Onana. Random question from Mr. Lola. But were you at the Longford Town match last night? Yes, I was, mate. That was a chance for Grealish. I was at the game. I was up in the commentary gantry. Not commentating, not doing the camera. I was actually running the Longford Town Twitter last night, which was a new experience. Well, not a new experience. I've done it before, but using different software last night, which was a little bit daunting at the time. But we actually did alright with it, to be fair. Man, Longford Town is poor at the minute, isn't it? Like, there's not really much more that can be said. I think you looked at it at the start of the season with Longford Town. I don't really know what fans were expecting, to be fair. You know, new manager coming in, they've lost as many players as they have done. And the players they've brought in are players that have... you were there too, mate. Good stuff, good stuff. Good to be out supporting your local team either way. Yeah, no, like, you look at it, the amount of players they lost in the summer, a lot of them to Wexford, and obviously James Keddy? Yeah, Gary Cronin's assistant from last season went down to Wexford and took pretty much, I would say, a solid 60 or 70% of the Longford Town squad from last season with him. And that was a team that finished in the playoffs. And they kind of tried to replace those players on a bit of a shoestring budget, it's fair to say, in the winter transfer window, and it shows, man. It shows the team are not clicking at all. I know there was a lot of things that fans didn't like last night, including not really thanking the fans for coming out or apologising or whatever. Not showing that kind of togetherness, and that was probably the most annoying thing from a fan perspective, I'd say. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, the goal for Longford Town start of the season definitely would have been playoffs. Even still, even with those kind of difficulties that I've mentioned already. But, man, it's going to be hard done. It's going to be hard done. I mean, we're into the summer break now, so they have a chance to try and go out and pick up one or two players. Ed Irvin's loan is up. So I can't see him coming back once again for another spell, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just a bit of a tough situation to have to view at the minute, the Longford Town situation. And I'm going to take another blow me nose break for a second because I'm fucking dying here. Don't know what's wrong with me. Please, no one score while I'm not on camera. That would be really annoying if we managed to set up the stream, get everything up and running, and somebody scores. Ugh. You may have noticed as well, I've actually played around with the stream settings and managed to get it kind of running a lot smoother than it was last week for the FA Cup final, because Grievatch will tell you as well, the same story. It was an absolute fucking mare last week with internet and bitrate and the stream crashing. It didn't fully crash, but it was very fucking close on a couple of occasions. We're doing alright for the minute. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. We are half an hour into the final. We have been live now for nearly an hour, which is super. And if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, let me know. And nice, manly, nice little voice break there. And thank you guys for being with me here this evening to watch this massive event. And like I said, if you are enjoying, slap a like on the video, lads. Subscribe if you're new. Phil Foden is coming on. We must have an injury. I must have missed that. Fucking hell, Cammy, you've missed it. I knew I was going to miss something. So Calhanoglu slid in. Okay, he's injured himself there, Calhanoglu, by the looks of it. Is somebody... I'm going to throw my headphones back on to see what they're talking about. And just see if there's somebody injured, or is it a tactical change from Pep? They're talking about De Bruyne. De Bruyne struggling. That'll be a major blow. Obviously, he had to leave the pitch early back in 2021 as well, didn't he? Because Antonio Rudiger absolutely battered him with a fucking headbutt or a box or something, didn't he? So, yeah, that wasn't great. That'll be a blow, but I mean, look, you're bringing on Phil Foden, so are you really weakening the team that much, you know? Slight slip in there from Ruben Diaz, but he's got away with it. And Akanji plays it back all the way as far as Ederson. I think the psychological impact that could have, though, De Bruyne going off. If you're a City player and you're seeing probably your best player going off, you must be thinking, surely, fuck. You know? You gotta be a little bit worried. Even a little bit. De Bruyne is still moving around fairly alright for the minute. He'll be desperate to stay on that pitch if he can at all. John Stones on the ball now in that kind of advanced defensive position, defensive midfield position. Bernardo Silva. John Stones is making a run down the right hand side. He gets on the ball now, John Stones. Back to Bernardo Silva. Will always try and get it onto that left foot. He has done. He's found De Bruyne. Stones. De Bruyne wants it back, and it goes back. But I have to say, Inter are keeping the press on. They're keeping nice and compact. And City are going to have to try and play their best football. Gundogan is dribbling through there like there's nobody there. Back to De Bruyne. Whips in his cross. And the ball had gone out of play. And De Bruyne's hand is up. I wonder if that means that's the end of his night, or is he just saying sorry for the bad cross? Who's to say? You know? Who's to say? Yeah, Phil Foden's going to come on, lads. Yeah. De Bruyne is done. De Bruyne is done. Fucking hell, man. 35 minutes into the Champions League final, and Kevin De Bruyne is going to have to be replaced here by Philly Von Foden, and that is disappointing for De Bruyne, man. Imagine that happening to you, not only once in 2021, but again in 2023, as the City fans look distraught to see their main man leaving the field. And although Foden is a super player, he's not as good as De Bruyne, and that's got to have some sort of effect, hasn't it, mentally? I have to go because the phone's nearly dead. Listen, mate, that's no bother at all. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, lads, and thank you for your engagement in the chat. It's been massively appreciated. Robbie Crow, what's the crack, lad? How are you getting on? How are you enjoying the final so far? Phil Foden coming on for Kevin De Bruyne. That is a big old blow for Manchester City. De Bruyne is livid. As you would be. Makes a lot of sense, that. So, Kevin De Bruyne gone off, and even from an Inter perspective, psychologically, I know I'm bringing a lot of it down psychologically, but, De Bruyne coming off, that's got to have some sort of positive effect on you, hasn't it? Anik, what's the crack, brother? How are you getting on? Lads, if you've not already, go over and subscribe to Anik. He's started his YouTube journey recently, and he's making some sick content, man. He's got some great content planned. We've actually planned on recording some content out for that, but Anik, shout out to you, brother. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Dervin going to be a big loss. Dervin is going to be a big loss, because I think he's one of those players in the town team that is... obviously, he's probably got more quality than everyone out there put together. That's probably a bit mean, but, it's probably a little bit true. Oh god, our internet's looking a bit dodgy. But yeah, Dervin's going to be a big loss, mate. He's going to be a big loss. I don't know if Town will be able to get him back. I don't think he'll want to come back, quite frankly. I don't think he'll want to, quite frankly. And I just think he's a huge character to have, I think he's a huge character in that team. Particularly being local as well. I think that adds something more to him and his appeal of being in the team. I think he's a super player. He'll be a huge loss. Love going to Town games. Mate, I love it as well. And I highly recommend, obviously we're here watching a Champions League final, which is the biggest of the big. But if you are from Ireland, you should be supporting your local team and your local league. Because it's just super, man. It's super. It's not literally Superman, but it is super. And you should be watching your local team. We are bringing back the League of Ireland goal recreations as well, by the way. I've just been mad busy with trying to get the last Premier League recreations is going out probably tomorrow. I was going to say next week. It won't be next week. It'll be tomorrow, because I'm going to get it done tonight, because I'm a very productive young man. So that's going out tomorrow. And the League of Ireland recreations will be back then. We're actually going to do April, May and June recreations all in the one video. So it's going to be like the best goal from each one. That'll all be going out. Anik, no bother, bro, no bother. And listen, man, the growth is great, and I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to recording some content with you, mate, over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be sick. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be so good. We're going to get Anik on the podcast as well. That's something that's definitely going to happen. Yeah, but Victor ain't half bad. Yeah, Victor, that's a very good shout, mate. Victor is very good. Victor's definitely been probably the standout and the one main shining light. I did like Christian McGerson and O'Brien Whitmarsh up front last night. I thought they were brilliant together. And that's arguably the one positive you can take from the game last night, is that link up. I thought they were brilliant. Apparently we're bringing in a few players in July. Even though I live in Clare, I've to follow the town my dad is from. Oh man, that's sick. That's sick. I love that from you. The commitment to continue following even when you're not like living here is sick, man. I really do respect that. And in terms of bringing in players in July, I think there does need to be a big influx. But like I said earlier on the stream when I was talking about town, I don't know what kind of budget the club has. I don't know what kind of players you can afford to bring in that are going to want to play in Longford. Do you know what I mean? I mean, listen, if I get a trial, lads, I'll happily take the call up. I'll happily take the call up. For those of you who don't know, I actually did used to play for Longford Town at under 17 level. And if they were to give me the call nowadays, boys, I'd happily step up. I'd step up and help the lads. I know what it means to be local, know what it means to play for the town, play for the badge, and I know what it means to the fans. Get me involved. I'm obviously only messing. Wasn't at the game. It was coming back from Prague. I mean, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. And Donica, what's the crack, mate? Off to Kennedy Cup. Yes, we are indeed, mate. We are indeed. It's going to be a sick week. We are, I don't know if I mentioned it, we are actually recording a podcast down there in Limerick. Now, the initial thought was, oh, we'll do it in whatever house me and Jack are in, or me or Jack are in my house or Jack's house, whatever way it's going to be sorted. But Danny made the suggestion that we kind of publicise it and say, oh, we'll do the podcast out on one of the pitches one of the evenings, and we might be able to attract a crowd. I don't know if that's feasible. I don't know if that's going to happen. But we are recording a podcast down there either way, which is something I'm very much looking forward to, in front of a live audience as well. We are definitely doing it in front of the Longford squad. I don't know if the interest will be there. Not gonna lie, don't like Darragh Lynch, and let me see, he's one of our own. I'm telling you what, mate. I tell you what, you get that goal in sectional, that is absolute fucking limbs. That is limbs. That's brilliant. I tell you what, boys, though, I don't think you stick me up front. I don't think many defenders in the League of Ireland are going to catch me. You fuck a ball in over the top, I don't think many are going to catch me. Get the whole squad in the podcast. The thing is, we are getting the whole Longford team are going to be behind the fucking camera, and that could get dodgy. Like, that could, like, the plan is they're going to just, like, the whole squad are just going to throw fucking questions up and topics and stuff like that, and me and Jack are just going to have to respond on the spot. And that is going to be a very interesting dynamic, and it's going to be very interesting to see how we both kind of respond to that. But that is going to be the Longford squad's entertainment one of the evenings. It's going to be sick, man. I'm looking forward to the week, though. I am looking forward to the week. It's going to be class crack. I very much appreciate all the chats, by the way, and I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than the match itself, because the match has plateaued massively in the last 10 minutes or so, as Jack Grealish has just been fouled by Denzel Dumfries. Lads, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video and like the stream if you are enjoying what you're seeing and enjoying me absolutely rambling on, talking shite. We've been going for 1 hour and 7 so far. We are approaching half time, and Manchester City will have a free kick here. We have 2 minutes plus whatever is added on from there. In your opinion, who is the best Longford under-14 ETP player? Oh, that's controversial, lad. That's controversial. I don't think I can get away with saying that. Whoever it is, though, it's definitely not Zach Kelly. Anyone but Zach. I think that's fair to say. I think great squad of players, great squad of lads and girl. But it's not Zach. It's anyone but Zach. Catching up with this massive West Ham man when Bones going into place by mental. Oh, lad, you know, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of West Ham, obviously being a Chelsea fan myself, but you know, I did enjoy the final of the evening and the way they won it. I thought that was absolutely limbs. Jared Bowen as well, man. What a guy. Seeing Moisey dancing around, oh lad, fucking unbelievable stuff. Who's in your group? So, Kennedy Cup, our group, we have North Dublin. Yeah, that should be tough. We play them on the Monday evening when we go down. We have Cork, who we play Tuesday morning. And then we have Lisburn as well. So, Lisburn are going to be the 4th seeds. I'd imagine they'll be decent enough, though. It's hard to know, though. See, you have the seedings. Like, North Dublin are first seeds because they've been really successful in the competition over the last number of years, and that's fair enough. Like, so your seeding obviously depends on who's been the most successful in the competition, but that doesn't necessarily mean this team is going to be good, and that's kind of the main line that we're going to be kind of be given to these lads, that just go out and play your own game. You know what I mean? And, you know, Cork are always going to be strong. You know, North Dublin are going to be strong as well, let's be honest. Lisburn are they're Northern Ireland, I think. So, and I don't think have they ever competed at Kennedy Cup? Maybe that's why they're 4th seeds. I'm not sure. They don't have too much experience in the competition anyway, as far as I know. Dottie Reynolds, proper Brexit geezer. Yes, man. If anyone defines Brexit, Dottie is that. Aaron Oates to go up, man. That's Aaron Oates. That's my right back right there, mate. That's my right back. What a player. What a player. No, it's a good squad of lads. And I think if they put their heads to it, they can really do well. Like, there are some really, really good footballers in that team. And I just hope they don't leave Limerick with any regrets. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure they go out and give everything. Akanji's had a shot from about 35 yards. And it probably looked a lot further wide. It probably was a lot further wide than it looked. Getting a better look at it here. He's just cutting onto his left foot. Yeah, Onana was never troubled by that. He probably got a little bit overexcited by that. Because Akanji there has had a shot because there's been fucking nothing happening in the last couple of minutes. As Pep is looking a bit... He's looking a bit frustrated now. He's looking a bit frustrated. And we've about 30 seconds left in the first half here. Manchester City, frustrating first half for them. I think it's fair to say. Let me see. Love your piece you do in the programmes. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much. That's something that I've kind of only started doing really recently. And it's become like a weekly thing now. So I must be doing something right. Sometimes it's half-time. Half-time whistle's just gone there, by the way. I do write the programme piece, and sometimes I think to myself, have I gone a little bit harsh there? Definitely the programme piece I did before, for this game, the game yesterday against Harps, I was thinking to myself, God, have I gone in a little bit strong there? Because I was talking about after a run of poor results and poor performances. But you got to say it how it is, and that's just the way I am. I'm not going to pussyfoot around anything. You know, I'm not going to be, you know... I'm not going to try and be everyone's friend, like, do you know what I mean? I'm going to say things the way they are. And, yeah, that's it, really. But glad you liked them, mate. Glad you enjoyed them. Can you get me a try for the under-15 ETP next year? We'll do the job at right back. I don't know if I'll even be involved in that, to be honest, lad. But we'll have a word. We'll have a word. And we'll get back to you on that. Under-15 ETP. So I wonder, like... Because I wasn't involved, I don't think... The last time I was involved in the ETP program back in 2019, I don't think I was involved at under 15. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, time will tell on that one. Josh G is so good, man. Joshua Gurgey. Yes, I do like Josh Gurgey. I think he's very raw at the minute. And I think, but that only comes with him being young, isn't it? So, I think with time, for sure, I think you have a proper player there. He's got real potential. He's got real skill. And obviously, he's Longford's top scorer this season, which is, I was going to say a huge achievement, but it's not really this season, unfortunately, is it? But hopefully now with O'Brien, Whitmarsh, and Christian kind of back in and firing, you never know, really. You never really know. But I hope Longford can just kind of get going now and hopefully get some new faces in the door, man, during this summer kind of break. And like I said, the DMs are open. I'm good friends with James. Met Stephen Henderson last night, actually. He was up in the commentary box with us. Who knows? Probably not. Definitely not. Definitely not. And if it gets going, yeah, I think Josh is a great player, Josh Gurgey. Are you playing for Keena GAA? I am indeed, and I've got a fitness test in the morning, which can't say I'm looking forward to be fair. But yeah, I kind of gave it a miss for a couple of years there, because I've been doing kind of athletics full time. And even I haven't even played soccer really. I'm going to say soccer just to differentiate the two. Football. Consistently for the last couple of years, but I want to get back going at both. So from next season I will be making my football return come August, so if any teams are looking to sign, hit me up. But yeah, playing GA with Keena at the minute and enjoying it. When does the window actually open? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'd imagine it's like now, to be honest, because like we only have a 2-week break, like, you know? So I'd imagine it's like now, you'd say. I can't say for certain though. I don't know. I'm just going to check my the old Instagram polls there, lads, just to see if we've any updates, because obviously people like to be clever sometimes and do the fucking Instagram poll at half time when a team is already winning. We've actually got a 64% Man City win rate now, as opposed to the completely like one-sided version of it we had earlier on in the day. But some people starting to believe in Inter Milan. My phone is on 2%, so I'm going to have to run and get my charger. Favorite town chant? Oh, Section O has some fucking bangers, man. Some bangers. Oh man, it's gotta be Ali 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 oh. Longford Town FC. Section O are we? Man, that's just brilliant. Anything. I like the Cristiano one that the boys were singing last night. I thought that was sick, man. Especially when he got the goal as well. Absolute limbs. To be honest, any sort of abusive chant towards the opposition always gets a good chuckle out of me as well. Right, 1%. Aaron, how quick can you get your fucking phone charger before your phone dies? Oh shit! What will I unplug here? We're gonna unplug the switch. I'm not using the switch right now. Yeah. Right, fucking. Oh, mate, you've just jogged the memory there. Super Jack Brady in goal. I love that. I love it. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Man, I love a good chant. Do you know what? I should just take a day, because every Longford Town game that I go into these days, I'm up in the commentary gantry. I should just take a game. If they're like okay for staff and stuff, I should just take a game where I go to Section O and just join in with the boys. I feel like that would just be sick. Just like a change of pace, because Section O is doing bits at the minute, man. Doing bits. So what are we thinking of this game, lads? What are we thinking so far? Who are we thinking is going to get the W? It's hard to say at the minute. We'll see if we can get someone else in here to get a second opinion. Hang on. Let's have a look. Who's knocking around? We're about to get a second opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Joining the live. Oh, he's got to sort the hair. It's Zach.
Hello.
How are you getting on?
Grand.
What are you thinking of the game so far? I definitely didn't slag you off in the chat. Definitely not in the chat or in the stream at some point. There was no point where I slagged you off. I would never do that.
Chat, what did he say?
I didn't say anything.
How did you slag me then?
So Donica asked who the best player in the Longford ETP squad is. I think you know what's coming. And I said anyone but Zach.
Right. Thanks.
Sorry about that. You know it's only banter. We bully him, but he loves it. And it's only for the good of your health. Like, I'm only doing it for the good of your health. It's so when you go out into the real world, you won't be shocked by people abusing you. You know, you won't be shocked by things. You know, your tolerance will be built up, you know.
Right.
How does it feel currently being on the live but also seeing it right there on YouTube? How weird is that for you?
It's very weird.
I'd say it is. What do you make of the game so far, Zach?
Inter on top. They're gonna win it.
They're doing well, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing well. Look how fucking compact they are, man.
They
got the triangles on point. You know. City looking a bit rattled. No, De Bruyne has gone off as well.
And the high press as well from Inter.
Yeah. And you know what? They're looking very, like, even when City get into those advanced areas, they're very compact, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Josh was downstairs giving out about Ederson. Fucking.
Ederson's doing a bit of pricking, actually, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's doing a fair amount of pricking. Balotelli's hair. Fuck me. Mario Balotelli, what a guy, man. What a guy.
What a crew they have there.
I was just saying at the start of the game, they're doing fairly...
Ferdinand, Fabregas, Lescott and fucking...
Well, maybe not Lescott.
No.
Lescott's a bit
try.
bit try.
The rest are good.
You could argue from a neutral standpoint, you know, the way Inter are playing, maybe it's making the game that little bit drier to watch. Because I spent most of the first half talking to the chat, not even commentating on the game. Genuinely. And for, you know, again, appreciate all you guys in the chat. It is sick being able to kind of engage with you guys kind of live, which is sick as well. Robbie's asked, how's your career mode going? It's going good. So got Crinkle Bombs Crusaders. I'm going to record an episode actually tomorrow, so I can release that. I can release that during the week when we're actually down in Limerick. It's a new Tom Holland movie coming out.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Definitely gonna watch that.
You look like he's playing some sort of psychopath in it. Kind of reminds me of Joker, the way he is. Look at his hair. The crowded room. Might give that a watch. Might not.
Probably won't.
Fucking harsh. Oh, Mason Mount. Money Mount. Gone for the money. Gone for the money. You're a Judas. There's a Mason Mount ad on the fucking screen right now. Anyway, Crinkle Bombs Crusaders. Yes, it's being recorded tomorrow. The second half of the kind of championship episode. Or championship season. And that will be going out during the week when we're in Limerick next week. And it's going good, man. There was a long time where I thought Crinkle Bombs Crusaders might be dead in the water. When I kind of was transitioning from FIFA 22 to FIFA 23. I was like, oh, do people even still want to watch it anymore? But no, to be fair, we're back and we're enjoying it. And we will win the Champions League like I initially set out to do. I'm doing one with Wrexham. 3 seasons in, we're in the Championship, won the Conference League last year. Man, it's so sick though, isn't it? Like, I should play FIFA a lot more. I just don't have time. Because, like, career mode is so fun to do. I know a lot of people said, oh, they don't make the kind of changes to career mode that we want. There's apparently going to be online career mode in whatever it's called. What are they calling it next year? EA Sports FC 24. Bit of a mouthful, that, isn't it? Quite...
It'll roll off the tongue as
Doesn't it? Does it? It's a bit shite, that. But they're meant to be doing online career mode on that, which could be sick. Actually, speaking of career mode and Crinkle Bombs Crusaders, kind of all in the one conversation, I don't know if you've heard on the podcast, but we're bringing a new series. Once I get... I'm starting a second channel. Cat's out the bag. I think I've already mentioned that on the podcast. We're starting a second channel that is specifically for gaming. Alright, so we've got 1 video recorded for it already. I want to record 2 more and release them all together as like a premiere for the channel. Anyway... Speaking of Crinkle Bombs Crusaders, Grievach came up with a brilliant idea on the podcast of doing Crinkle Bombs Crusaders pro clubs. So you'd make like Lemon and all the boys, bring them back. You could have Nigel as a player, you know, and get all the boys involved. Anyone who wants to be involved can get involved. That's the way we're going to play it. And that'll be like second channel videos. So I might actually put a link to the second channel somewhere. Let me see. Can I paste it into the chat? I wonder. Let me see. I'm going to try and do that. Because I'm on the Shy Talk podcast account at the minute, watching the stream myself. So I'm going to see if we can... Can we paste that into the chat?
Tielemans joined Villa.
Yeah, so that's what Robbie's saying in the chat there. Villa got Yuri Tielemans. Yes, that's a super signing from them. I was wondering who'd pick him up. I didn't think he had a good enough season last year to kind of warrant a big team, like a Liverpool or a United picking him up. But I think Villa's a good move for him, you know. And do you do reviews on the town games on your podcast? We don't, actually, but that is an idea, to be fair. We have talked about Longford Town on the podcast before. But I would like to do, especially during the summer now with the Premier League over, and I'm trying to like embrace the League of Ireland content a lot more. I'm trying to do more kind of League of Ireland themed content. Obviously, we have the goal recreation series, which is sick. And like I say, we'll
Nice one, Aaron.
like I say, we'll be bringing that back when we come back from Kennedy Cup. Probably, to be honest, I was thinking maybe we could do a video down there. We'll see. We're already doing the podcast down there, so hard to say really. But I've just put you won't be able to click on the link in the chat, but if you look up Aaron Kelly Plays, and you can subscribe from there if you want. We're only on like 5 subscribers. We've not even uploaded yet. So if you want to go over there and subscribe, so you can be one of the first to see when that channel starts uploading content. It's going to be one of those channels where I kind of upload quite sporadically on it, you know. The main channel is obviously still the main baby, the favourite child, if you will. And Aaron Kelly Plays will just kind of be like an afterthought. We'll upload on that whenever we want, and it'll be kind of, we'll do that kind of Crusader series. I'm not going to reveal what the first episode or the first video we've recorded is, but it's I'll just say I lost my fucking head. We're going to play horror games on there. We're going to maybe do Reddit videos, try not to laugh. Just any sort of low effort video will be going on there. Donica says, say hello to Zach.
Hi.
Hello. Zach, say hello. Speak into the mic. Say hello, Donica.
Hello, Donica.
There you go. Special message from the boy Zach.
That's a privilege. You should be happy.
Yes. Indeed. So the teams are in the tunnel ready to go out for the second half. We see Rodolfo. Believe it or not, he was Messi's first coach at Barcelona. Not many people know that. So just like, he definitely doesn't mention it like every second fucking week. But here we go. Teams on the way back out. Inter will be out first. City are having sort of like a mini meeting in the tunnel there. They're saying, lads, we're playing a bit shite. We need to get out there and be good. Ederson needs to get his head out of his arse, to be honest with you, if City are to do the do and do the good. I've just seen Henrik Mkhitaryan, lads. Fuck me. What a plur. What a plur. Where's Stephen? He said he wanted to make an appearance on the stream, didn't he?
He's down.
Sure, send him up there. Send him up. Send him up. Stephen's going to come up and say hello now, lads.
Stephen, come here.
Oh, my stream is buffering. Hang on. And we're back. We're back. Hang on. We're all good. We're all good. Let me just not restart. Internet, please stop being a dick. Hang on. We're not going to speak much until we get our internet going again. Hang on. Give us a second. Alright, we're on green again. Can I open up my own stream? Stephen's here. I'm going to say hello to Stephen now in just a minute. We're going to get our P's and Q's intact. Get going again. Oh, I hate that. Stay green. You've been great to me all day. Stay green. Stephen, you're bringing the lack of internet with you here.
So go.
Okay, if I leave and the internet's working again.
Stay. Not you, the internet. Oh god, 4 kilobytes a second there for a second. That's a bit ropey. Wait till it stabilizes. Stabilize. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen is here. Ryan's in the chat, Stephen.
Say hi to Ryan.
The camera's there, Stephen.
Oh, that's
Fucking bollocks. Ryan is back in the chat and he said, I'm back, just had to make a TikTok supporting Inter. The internet is fucking shit. Why is it so bad? Please stabilize. Oh god, we were down to 0 there for a second. See, OMG, hi Stephen, it's me, Ryan.
Hello.
Say hello to Ryan.
Hello.
He's saying hello. Oh, fucking hell, boys, it's hot. Second half's underway, by the way, in the Champions League final. 2023. Hopefully the internet is nice to us. It's not looking very nice at the minute. It's not looking good at all, actually. Can you just stay green? Anyway, we'll keep talking anyway. We'll keep it moving. City need to improve here, lads. City need to improve big time. It's not gone too well for them thus far. They would have hoped to be in front at this point, I feel like. Obviously. Stupid. I wonder how our resident Man City fan downstairs is doing during this time.
He hasn't said anything.
Did you go to Kerry away? I didn't, mate. I didn't. It is a trip I do want to make, though. Maybe they will be playing Kerry away again, won't they? I know a couple of the boys went down. Kieran and Gary went down to watch that game, and they actually got a plane from Dublin, which was probably the right decision, to be fair, because I think them two live in Dublin or close enough to Dublin, so probably the right call there. But it's not a trip I went to now, but hopefully a trip I can make before the end of the season. Apologise for the internet is going lakes at the minute. It's going mental. We're down on red at the minute. Fuck you. We've just gone from green to red. I hate when it does this. Wonder if there's anything I can do. Is there anything man can do to fix man's stream? Output. Okay, stay. Okay. I went down. It's not a bad ground, to be honest. To be fair, mate, commitment for that. Props to you for heading down to fucking Kerry to watch that. It's not bad, in fairness, and considering they're only a new team, that is very good going from them. There are definitely worse grounds in the League of Ireland. I won't name names, but you probably know who I'm talking about. Bishopsgate, though, is one of the best grounds in the whole League of Ireland, including the Premier Division. That is a statement. That is a hill I'm willing to die on. Really, really 16. Pitch is kept always in great nick. And to be fair, if you could manage to fill Bishopsgate, I said this on a podcast I did a few weeks ago, the Ballinakilbuzz FM pod. If you could manage to fill Bishopsgate every week, man, you'd have a hell of a fucking atmosphere there, you know. It's not a bad switch. Ake is across there, though. To be fair, Inter have shocked me here, lads. I know they're not winning, but they're being very fucking brave against this Man City team. And we always say it, anything can happen in a... Oh, nanas, that's not a great pass at all. Bernardo Silva might be away here. He's got into the box, he's faced up, and it's good defending in the end. From, I think it was a Cherby in there. And really well worked out in the end, calm as you like. By Darmian, I think. And Inter managed to get it away. Treaty is okay. Treaty, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Again, considering they're a club that... Well, leave then. Considering they're a club that was only recently formed there in 2020, they have not a bad stadium at all, to be fair. And I've been surprised at how poor Treaty have been this year. Actually, commentary on a game of theirs in the FAI Cup against Maynooth last year. Ryan says, the real Cristiano McGerson said hi to me at Bishopsgate. Oh, very good. Very good. It was a nice little finish you got last night, wasn't it? If you can keep him fit, man, if you can keep Christian McGerson fit, you have got a quality centre forward there. But then that's been the main issue with him, is he's been so unlucky with injuries, and it's tough on him, but you know, hopefully he can get a good run of form now, particularly alongside O'Brien Whitmarsh as well, man. That could be a very fruitful partnership for Longford Town. Bishopsgate is some ground, it really is. Lee Devitt used to play in Clare. Oh, Lee Devitt is Treaty, of course. Scored a great goal actually in that game that I was commentating on, that I was talking about earlier, in the FAI Cup. Manchester City fans, all four of them, in full voice. You know, I just say that to piss off people. I don't actually think City have a poor fan base. Definitely away support, Man City fans. I actually went to college with a fella that was a big Man City fan. Used to travel all around Europe, really, to, you know, away days with them. Lautaro Martinez there, I think it was, dispossessed. Foden picks up the ball. Not literally, because then there will be a free kick and probably a red card against him. Free kick there, though, for a foul on Grealish. And there will be a free kick for City, who have been disappointing, it's fair to say, thus far. I feel like I've spent half of this stream just talking absolute waffle. I'd say it's been about 70% waffle, 40% actually talking about the game. And that's probably because the first 20 minutes was me talking about the lineups and predictions and shit like that. Can't wait till we have everyone for again. Hand isn't too bad, yeah. To be fair, and hopefully Longford can add to that squad. In by Foden, and that's a bit too heavy. It's gone over everybody. And it's gone out for a throw. Man, something about City in these finals, you know. They're not looking at their best at the minute. And they're not looking as dominant as one would think they should in a game like this. Kevin De Bruyne is back out on the bench. And obviously, as you'd imagine, livid that he's had to leave the field of play once again. Shut up! Just shut up!
I won't.
Biggest flinch. On a cold and grey Chicago morning, another Johnny Stones. He's dribbling through. He's gonna play it. Gundogan. No. Inter have got back, man. They're like a swarm, but he's got it out wide to Grealish. And the cross wasn't good enough. Might come back for Stones. Stones did brilliantly there. And that's going to be a foul, is it? No. This referee, in fact, that's a dive and a half. Oh, he's giving it. He's giving into the free. There didn't actually look like there was an awful lot of contact there. But I think it was Lautaro Martinez who's going to win himself a free kick for Inter Milan. It was Calhanoglu, actually.
Darren Bowley can't pronounce his name right. It's so funny.
What does he call him?
Oh, all sorts. He keeps fucking changing the name every time he says it. It's like he forgets it.
It's not been the most thrilling final so far, but what it has been is intriguing and tactical. Lautaro Martinez has managed to just pinch that off John Stones. It's pulled back. Calhanoglu first time, blocked by Rodri. And he can strike a ball. I can Calhanoglu. And just had it blocked off there. Chance for DiMarco with a cross in towards Dzeko. Away by Akanji. And Inter are playing well. They're playing kind of well, you know. Talking to Josh today about this. Obviously, Josh is the City fan of the house. And he said if City don't win tonight, they may never win the Champions League. And that is a statement and a half. It's gone back as far as Acerbi, who finds Bastoni. But Inter have been so brave tonight, man. Could have easily, you know, succumbed to the expectation and bottled it and just kind of gone under. But man, goodbye.
Bye, Aaron.
I reckon we'll go to
Oh,
Pens.
prick.
I reckon we'll go to Pens.
Pens, you think?
I heard that.
You hear anything? Wanker. Lukaku's coming on. Lukaku about to come in clutch, says Ryan. Well, there's the fucking prediction for you. If Big Rom comes on and scores the winner, I'll accept him back at Chelsea with open arms. That's probably a bit far.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Probably be terrible for Chelsea.
Big Rom. Who'd he come on for? Dzeko, was it?
Don't know.
Interesting. Interesting times. Lukaku. It's surely not in the fucking script for Lukaku to come in and get the goal that wins Inter Milan a historic 4th Champions League. He's won that header. Dumfries, he's got a man over, and it's headed away. Big Rom Big Rom hat-trick incoming, mark my words. Well, should I put money on it now, Ryan, or will I leave it for later on? Because you seem fairly confident on that. Hat-trick for Big Rom is the prediction. Man, it would be very funny. It would be very funny.
I reckon it goes to pens and Lukaku scores the winner.
That is a big season. You reckon he has his Didier Drogba moment? Diaz out to Ake. Into Stones. Back out to Ake. City, there's been an awful lot of this. An awful lot of seemingly aimless passing. You know? And that'll be the worry. That'll be the big worry. As we approach the hour mark, 58 minutes have just clocked by. We have been live for an hour and 41. And Lautaro Martinez is in. And Ederson has managed to just kind of smother it away. I looked away for a second. Was there a mistake on that?
I don't know. I just looked back.
Ty Angle was actually a good save by Martinez. Or by Ederson, rather. Foden now has picked it up. Game starting to open up a little bit. Foden plays it out. He's been absolutely smashed with a tackle there. And that is going to be a yellow card. And it has been given to a man from Inter. You could call him an Inter man.
Nice.
Barella. I'm willing to bet €5 Lukaku scores even if Inter don't win. Oh man, can you imagine? He wouldn't, would he? He might. Thing is, if he does do that, Inter have got to sign him then, haven't they? Oh man, that was a big mistake. Oh man, Lukaku was there for the square and he didn't. Martinez, you fucking bottler. They are probably a little bit ahead of us downstairs. If you want to go down and watch it, I'm going to close that door just so I don't hear them.
Good.
Okay, well I want to close the door.
Close it.
City have a free. 59 minutes on the clock. '90th minute bullet header, Drogba style. It's gone short to Gundogan, whips it in, and it's just a little bit too high for Ruben Diaz, who can't keep his header down. Just got caught under it there. Shout out to everybody who has joined the stream so far. Massively appreciate it. Our stream is going a lot better than it did last week in terms of the internet's not completely dicked us over. There was a little bit of ropes just after half time there, but we're looking okay. Touch the wood. Hour gone in Istanbul. It is Manchester City 0, Inter Milan 0. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to slap a like if you haven't already. And if you're not, do subscribe. That'd be super duper duper. Anyway. Still goalless. Manchester City looking for that breakthrough that we thought would be inevitable. Grealish has skipped away from Brozovic. Played it in. It's going to. That may be the worst touch of all time from John Stones. That was really poor. And probably anybody else in that situation, and you're banking on a decent shot on goal and certainly a better touch than that. But the centre-back in John Stones coming out there. And the chance goes begging. It's little moments like that that could cost Man City in the long run, really. As Haaland plays it. He's going to try and play it out to Grealish, but he just can't find seemingly his best mate in football at the minute. Back inside it goes to Marcelo Brozovic. The man who seemingly invented the lying down behind the wall technique. John Stondini. That's a good one. John Stondini. Man, I do like John Stones, but that wasn't it, that touch, unfortunately. Did Harps bring many fans? They brought a few. The kind of stayed behind the. If you go into the stadium, like the goal closest to you, the one on the left hand side, if you're sitting in the main stand, they brought a few that kind of stayed up there, and they weren't very vocal now, to be fair. Only for there was one stage where they went on a spree of for about 60 seconds where they went harps, 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 and that was it. And the players kind of embraced the fans at the end, which was interesting to see. Harps had about 10 fans. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a long old distance for them, to be fair, but credit to the lads that did go. Funny story, actually. I was outside Bishopsgate waiting to get in last night, and a fella and his father ran by me being like, "Oh, is this where you get in?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're going to open the gates in a few minutes. Are you Harps fans?" And they went, "No, this young lad is playing." And I think it was your man Sean O'Donnell that was playing right wing. And I was like, "Oh, well, just knock on the fence then to let you in." He was coming straight from a Leaving Cert exam. As DeMarco tries to get in there, and Ake will clear that. Yeah, he was coming straight from a Leaving Cert exam. I think it was Sean O'Donnell who actually ended up setting up the winner, I think, for Harps last night in the end. So yeah, quite interesting that, quite a funny story. Coming straight from a Leaving Cert exam and coming quite a distance down to Longford to play a League of Ireland First Division game. Bernardo Silva out wide, John Stone's low cross, and a tricky deflection. Bastoni will be quite relieved that it's not gone into the back of his own net, but it is a corner for Manchester City. 63.5 minutes on the clock. Jack Grealish will take this corner for City. Bit of pushing and shoving going on in the middle there. Grealish is waving his hands just high in the sky like he just don't care. That's not how that goes, but I'm going to say it anyway. John Stones and Bastoni there are just having to be separated. Loopy cross, Bernardo Silva, and it's actually a free out for pushing and shoving it by John Stones, who's now starting a fight once again, and Denzel Dumfries is telling him where to go. Excuse me. Not gonna lie, not many away fans go Bishopsgate apart from Galway and Waterford. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I know for Harps, like, it is such a long distance that it's like you can kind of understand it, and it's the fellas that do go, you're kind of like, well, credit where credit is due, you know. But they do say it's easier to follow a team when the team is doing well, you know. And Galway, in particular, are doing very well, and Waterford have really picked up their form under Keith Long. Okay, Foden may be good, but can he do it on a cold, windy night in Keena like Stephen? Stephen, clear of Foden, says Ryan.
It's for when I scored in the semi-final.
You sure that's definitely what he's referencing?
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure, anyway.
Fair enough. You just had to get that in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
You just had to get that in there. Oh, me fucking Jesus, lads. I don't reckon Foden could do it on a cold, windy night in Tanner's Field.
No, probably not.
See, only Keena lads we're built different. You know, if you can play well on Tanner's Field, you can play well anywhere. That's what I say. That bobbly pitch leaves a lot to be desired. Well, we've got some great use out of it down the years in football videos. I'm not sure we'll ever be back, unfortunately. But, you know, we said that last time and look what happened. So there is a room for potential there. Haaland has just nipped in front there. He could play in Foden and just couldn't get the pass right. It's cut out by Bastoni and cleared. Pats will have 100 plus, I'd say. That's very true. And that'll be very interesting to see. Obviously, Longford drew Pats in the first round of the FAI Cup. So that would be interesting to see. I presume a packed out away end in Bishopsgate and plus more, I'd say. because obviously very successful Premier Division side, Pats, and you'd imagine they'll bring strong support with them. Ryan didn't hear what you said, by the way. He said Stephen said that you were referencing his goal that he scored in the cup semi-final.
Not the cup.
The league semi-final. Make of that what you will, I say. Rodri plays that out to Ake. It's just a little bit too much on it, and it's going to go out to the boy Grealish. Gundogan, and he's still got it, Gundogan. And Foden has just decided to run back towards his own goal. Interesting tactic. Akanji. Oh, great ball down the channel. Bernardo Silva's going to pull it across. Rodri! Oh, he's done it! He's done it! Manchester City lead! Rodri in the 67th minute. It's a super strike. He's got a little bit lucky with the way it's just kind of fallen back to him. But Rodri has buried it into the bottom corner. And Manchester City finally have broken the deadlock in Istanbul. It's Manchester City 1, Inter Milan 0. Kevin De Bruyne is on the fucking pitch. And City are nearly there. Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. Like I say, a little bit lucky the way it's come back to him. But the initial pass here from Akanji down the channel to Bernardo Silva is brilliant. I think Bastoni just gets dragged towards the ball. The cross comes in, deflected out. Rodri, he's so good in those kind of situations, man. Well able to bury it. Back it comes. And Rodri places it with power. Just bends it around Darmian and Çalhanoğlu. Onana, no chance. And Manchester City lead in Istanbul. And are they going to get that elusive Champions League that has, well, eluded them for so long? For so long. And we're just getting a couple of fan reactions here. Hooray! Oh, what a huge goal. What a huge goal. Rodri has done it. His second goal in this season's Champions League. And he's done it with just about 20 minutes to go in Istanbul. That'll be a big game for the town. Big turnout, hopefully. Well, you'd hope so, mate. You'd hope so. You would imagine, you would hope, with that number of hopefully away fans coming and a team as big as Pat's coming, that would inspire some of the locals to come out and support the team. But who's to say? So where do Inter Milan go from here? They are in dire need of a response now. 20 minutes to go. They should be looking at committing more bodies forward. Maybe Dumfries and DeMarco from those wide positions will push forward a little bit more, which should leave a few more gaps at the back for Manchester City to try and explore. It's DeMarco who's trying to get that cross in. Brozovic back out to DeMarco. It's getting a little bit interesting now. Inter Milan has something to lose. In by Brozovic, flicked on by Çalhanoğlu, back in by Dumfries. Lukaku's trying to bully them. DeMarco! Oh, it's off the bar! DeMarco! Lukaku's blocked it off the line! Oh, what the fuck, Lukaku? What's he done? Oh no, he might have been offside anyway, but fucking Fat Rom's just got in the way. Oh no! Oh, I'm going to have to see that again. Lukaku blocked DeMarco's shot. Oh no! So it's a bit of a scramble. Lukaku's there making it. Is he offside? He's not offside. He's just blocked it off the line. Oh, what a stinker! What a stinker!
That's tipped onto Renault.
No, he's not even touched it. Oh, Lukaku! I mean, Ruben Diaz is standing there. Ruben Diaz might have cleared it anyway. We'll never know because Lukaku just got in the way. Oh my god! Oh my! Oh man! Oh, that is so funny. Oh, lads. I think Ruben Diaz would have got there. But Lukaku's not covered himself in glory at all here, has he? He's just got in the way. Oh, I don't believe it. If Lukaku thought he was getting a contract at Inter, if they go on to lose this now, and he's done that, Man, he'll never play for Inter again. He'll never. Oh, boys. You gotta love the man, really. You gotta love him. Ryan says, lads, might have to cancel that bet I made earlier. Listen, Ryan, cash out now. Take what you can and go. You shouldn't have any faith. You shouldn't have had any faith in Lukaku anyway, man. Oh, I put Lukaku in the thumbnail of this live stream as well, thinking he might have something to say or something to do. Well, he's had an influence, all right, but a negative one. He's just blocked one off the fucking line of his own team. Oh, lads. Fucking hell. Steve, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Can you go down and stick the kettle on?
Okay.
Oh,
what,
here he is. Lukaku! Right foot, and it's straight at Ederson. Yeah, go on, stick on the kettle anyway and let me know when there's tea made. I might run down and get a cup and just leave the live stream with no chair here, or no one in the chair. Oh.
You have me in the chair.
Lukaku's got to make up for that now, bro. He's got to do something. He's got to do something. Cross it comes and... Inter Milan. Can they do something? Just over 15 minutes to go. Can they get that elusive equaliser? That looked like a push in the back by Rodri, but the referee, again, he's let it go. He's let quite a lot go, to be fair to him. And to a degree, I'm kind of all here for that. I kind of like to see the game flow a little bit more. But in fairness, when it's a foul, it's a foul, in fairness. But, oh, lads. Çalhanoğlu out wide to Bastoni. It's going to come into Lukaku, whose first touch, as predicted, wasn't great. Rodri on the ball, out to Ake. Rodri turns out, plays it wide. Bernardo Silva, nice flick.
Kettle is on.
Kettle is on. We see 3 Inter Milan changes incoming here. That's a bit fucking wild. But they're making some changes. Bernardo Silva. Claims to have been fouled, is fouled. Free kick to City. 15 minutes to go. 16 minutes to go, actually, plus whatever is added on. The City fans in full voice. Kyle Walker. We can maybe cement things a little bit at the back for City. Gonna do a little check-up, actually, a little update on the Instagram poll. I am bursting for a piss at the moment, but I actually don't want to leave at the minute. Currently at 62% for a Manchester City win. So, again, make of that what you will, really. Baby-doo-ba-doo. Robin Gostin's coming on. German international.
I'll check if it's ready.
Yes, do. And if you're feeling really generous and it is ready, I can't really leave, like, you know. I can't really leave. I can't leave, like. I can't. I am nice to my siblings, I promise. Gundogan's going to take this free kick. There is... we've literally just passed the 75-minute mark, 76 minutes to go. Gundogan's going to whip this one in with pace, with venom, but it's cleared by Darmian, Grealish, and Bernardo Silva.
Do you take sugar, Jeff?
2 of them.
2 of them.
Not too much milk now.
2 spoons, or would I? We don't have.
No, 2 shovels.
Okay.
Let Stephen take control of the live for the crack. That's an interesting request. We'll see. If he makes me a solid cup of tea, we might let him take over for a minute. Rodri plays it in. What a turn that is by Foden. And he's in, Phil Foden. Chance for 2. And Onana's gone down to his left and made a really, really solid save. But it was like the fucking Red Sea. Moses parting the Red Sea there for Phil Foden. He's gone straight through the gap. And he's tried to just pass it into that bottom corner. Maybe on closer inspection he should have gone for a little bit more power. But Onana has managed to save it. That was a real chance because Haaland looked like he'd been fouled off the ball there, but like it had just completely dragged the City defenders, or the Inter defenders rather, just out of position. And he had the chance and he couldn't convert. Will he be left to rue that miss? Will Inter be able to respond? All that and more to be found out later in the game. We only got about 13 minutes plus whatever is added on. City are very, very close to glory. Be interesting to see if they can. Did you want something?
No.
Go. I can hear your breathing.
I'm here to listen.
No, you're not here to listen. You can watch the stream on your tab. Bye. So Grealish is on it now. Did Inter make those 3 changes in the end, I wonder? I don't know. Calhanoglu on the ball here. DiMarco. Looking for Lukaku, who's done really well to flick that on, actually.
Is it on your channel?
And it's come out wide, yes. And it's out for a corner to Inter. But that was some nice play. Nice little ball over the top. Lukaku's got a nice flick on it. And it will be a corner here for Inter Milan. No, I did not just banish Stephen from the live. That was someone else. Stephen's supposed to be bringing me tea now in a minute. So I'm not going to banish him from the live until I get me tea. Really. And it goes by Calhanoglu. It's flicked out. Comes out to Brozovic. Barella. Now a chance for the cross. It's a really poor cross. Really low. And back in by Barella. And it's all the way out and over for a goal kick. And it's getting towards... It's not maybe at the point yet where it's desperation time for Manchester City. Or for Inter Milan rather. But it's definitely getting there. As we see this goal again... Just falls for Rodri and he just places that beautifully, doesn't he? How many goals have we seen Rodri get like that? Where it's just like ricocheted out, he's running onto it and he's buried it. Manchester City, about 10 minutes away from glory. From completing the treble. And doing what not many teams have managed to do before. Grealish. He's avoided one challenge. He's played it around the corner for Foden. And he tried to square it for Haaland. Trying to score the perfect goal nearly there, Manchester City. Bernardo. He has got fouled by Marcelo Brozovic. And it will be
It's
a...
very shit, okay?
Better be good, man.
Might not be.
It looks alright. Did you stir it?
Yeah, it did.
It's a crucial part of the process.
At the end.
I told the chat that if it's a good cup of tea, you can take charge of it while I go to the toilet.
Okay.
Ugh! Fucking hell, I burned the fucking tongue of myself! Jesus! It's not bad, though.
Yeah.
Right, you can take control. I'm going to go up to the jacks.
Yay.
Don't spill me tea.
Oh, we'll try not to.
City, please don't score while I'm not here.
Yay. It is a dub. Indeed. There's been no real commentary, actually, because
I can hear that.
nothing has happened.
Right, get on my chair. Get! On my chair. On my chair.
I think Steve went on the thing, so I came in.
Okay, close the door there, please. Common Stephen W. Just by sitting there and doing nothing, apparently.
No.
Fucking burn me tongue again, man.
Do you want, it's the first cup, so out of the whole pot, so.
Fucking blowing the tongue of myself, man. Now, Ryan, are you saying it's a common Stephen W. for just sitting here doing nothing, or a common Stephen W. for burning me with the tea?
Both.
I hope it's the first one. Eight minutes to go.
City.
Manchester City are nearly there. John Stones has gone off.
Come on.
But Manchester City are 8 minutes away, plus stoppages. He says W for getting the brilliant tea. So
It is good.
it is nice, but it's just fucking it's warm. It's hot.
To be fair, I don't know. I waited long enough for it to cool down.
Lukaku, man, he blocked that one off the line. Oh no! Poor Rom. Poor Rom. He said you're a better streamer than Ninja.
Nice.
Rom's just slide tackled fucking Gundogan.
Oh!
My fucking neck.
Did you hear that?
Jesus, that was unreal.
I don't know if anybody heard that.
Oh, I'd say it did, right into the mic. Mick, like, what have I done? Mkhitaryan and D'Ambrosio coming on for Inter Milan. What seems like going to be Inzaghi's final roll of the dice here. Fucking hell, I felt that, man. You take a seat behind me there, will you?
Okay.
Because you're in my personal space right now, and I don't like that. Anyway, corner for City. It's come off Lautaro Martinez's penis by the looks of it. Or maybe he's pulled his groin. Or maybe he did get it in the penis, to be fair. Foden's tried to cross it and it's just like come off him in some regard. Matteo Darmian on the bench wondering if he could have done more. Not gonna lie, I forgot Mkhitaryan existed. You would. He's one of those players, isn't he?
Didn't he play for Man United?
He did, Stephen. He did.
Did he play for Arsenal as well?
He did, Stephen. He did. He was part of the infamous Alexis Sanchez swap deal, which seen Sanchez go to United and ultimately fail, and seen Mkhitaryan go to Arsenal and ultimately fail. I'd say Mkhitaryan probably did better at Arsenal though than Sanchez did at United. Alexis Sanchez, one of those players streets will never forget. He was a good old baller back in his day. Still playing, actually. Playing with Marseille, I believe. Onana into the feet of Lukaku. Nice touch from him. Round the corner to Mkhitaryan, who's got space. He's got options as well. It's a low cross. It's a shite cross, let's be honest. And it's gone out for a City throw-in on the far side. Robin Gosens there. Couldn't find a man in blue and black and blue, whatever you want to call it. Julian Alvarez maybe not going to make an appearance tonight, but he is on course to, I believe, be the first player to win the World Cup and Champions League in the same season. Is that right? Is that correct? Can someone fact check that for me in the chat? That tea's not getting any fucking colder, lads. Gundogan back to Ake. 4 minutes left for Manchester City. Do you know what? I feel like, I said this to Danny earlier on in the car, right? I feel like Man City are one of those teams that if they win this game, they'll win the Champions League again next year. And they could do like a Real Madrid where they go off and win it like multiple times over the next number of years. However, if they were to lose, they may never win it. That, you know what? It's could be considered both ends of the spectrum there, to be fair. I only remember him because of a card he got, a good FIFA card a couple of months ago. Yeah, that's that's how a lot of fucking these players pop back up into people's memories, isn't it? But can he produce a moment to get Inter Milan to extra time here? Probably not.
Inter haven't been bad, actually. Surprising.
They've not been bad, and they've probably surprised me a little bit in that sense. Not that I don't think they're a bad team. I just think the standard of football in Italy is significantly worse in Italy than it is in England. But, you know, you can always get those one-off games where something mad happens. Just unfortunately for Inter, it doesn't look like it's going to happen for them today.
That's Delby's run. No, it's Ellie.
So it's flicked on. Comes back for Rodri. Julian Alvarez won 2 trophies in Argentina, 2 with the national team, and 3 if they win tonight. Yeah, that's the one. That is the one. He's had some year. Be interesting to see, though, if he's one of those that'll leave City, because, like, I don't think he will. I think they'll still have their use for him. And that'll only grow next year, I feel like. In by Gustins, it's over everyone. And whipped in by Brozovic. Gustins around the back. Lukaku! Oh! It's not. Oh, is it not gone in? How's it not gone in? I don't know how it's not gone in. I don't know how. Can't answer that question for you. I can't believe it! Lukaku was this close to equalising for Inter Milan. I just don't believe it. Inter have a corner. Ederson saved it. But then I think it might come back off Ruben Diaz. In comes the corner, flicked on by Martinez, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Holy macaroni, dude. That was fucking close to being... we're going to get a better look at it here. Brozovic crosses. Gustin's back across. Oh, it's so miss. It's a fucking sitter from Lukaku, actually. He's about 4 yards out. He's headed it. If you head it anywhere else in the goal, mate, it's in. It's in. But he's headed it straight at the keeps. I'm sorry now, I know it's a decent reaction save, but it's just kind of hit Ederson. The only way he saved that is by just occupying the space. Lukaku's just headed it straight at him. He should have scored, man. He should have scored. I can't believe he hasn't.
I reckon it's over now. Chance of him getting.
Why did it have to be Rom? Why did it have to be Rom?
Are you enjoying that cup of tea, Aaron?
I reckon if that was any other player, they would have scored it.
I reckon I'd have scored that with my arse.
Probably. Oh, Rom.
Here he is. It's Lukaku. It's still Lukaku. Oh, surprise, surprise. It's shit. Again, like him. I'm hearing man on Twitter, yeah, saying Lukaku deserves a second chance. Are you high?
Well, that's... Oh.
Do you know what? We do need a striker, but he is a bit shit, like. And he did drag the... Oh, that's a bad miss. That's a bad miss, brother.
He needs that.
Oh, I can't believe he's missed it.
I reckon Zach scores that even.
No. Oh, we're into 5 additional minutes in Istanbul. Inter, can they create one more chance? And hope and pray to God that it doesn't fall to Lukaku. Only Stephen will get this, but if City are still winning the 90th minute, they will do a Dominic on it and boot it out.
Oh,
Imagine though.
that's the last play against school.
The seconds ticking by, agonisingly slow for Manchester City, agonisingly quick for Inter Milan. We've played 1 of 5 additional minutes. Can Inter pull it out the bag and get themselves an equaliser? I hope they do, just for the sake of the stream and a bit of drama. I'd love to see it go to extra time.
I want to go to penalties.
Oh, Nana, you gotta
Oh!
Oh, he's been fouled. He's been fouled by... Oh, and he's starting to row with him as well. There's no need for that, Onana, to be fair. You're the one that needs fucking... is doing a bit of time wasting. And he's booked Haaland and Onana as a result of that. And that booking arguably Erling Haaland's only contribution to the game today, to be fair. But he won't mind one bit if Manchester City manage to claim all 3 points. All 3 points? All 3 points? All 3 points! If they manage to claim the win and win the Champions League, he won't give a shit, mate. Please tell me I haven't been saying all 3 points all stream. Because if it has, I might as well just delete it as soon as it goes live or finished. Come on, Inter, I'm doing a Ted Lasso and believing.
I don't know. That'll work.
That's not a great throw from Ake. It's just up into the air. It looked like a push in the back from Haaland. And it was. And Inter Milan have a free kick.
Still 3 minutes.
2.5 minutes gone in extra time. Big Rom. If ever there was a time for you to get your fucking mallet head on this, and this time not at the keeps,
Or block it.
it'd be now.
Or block from someone else.
DeMarco's taking the free kick. Left footed, in swinger. There's the header away. It's going to fall. It's on the volley. And it's well wide, I think, in the end, by Nicolo Barella. And it's a goal kick for Manchester City. And Ederson will take his sweet, sweet little time with this. And run down the clock as much as he can. They've had to be patient today, City. They've had to be resilient. And there's a book in there for Ederson for time wasting. Again, he won't mind one little bit if City manage to see out the win.
About 2 minutes.
Pep's going mental. Mental, chicken oriental. That's what he's going right now. Ederson has slipped with his kick out. It's away by Barella, flicked on by Martinez. Akanji didn't care who was in his way there. He was just heading that one away. Haaland on the ball now. Bernardo Silva looks to keep possession. DeMarco's got there first. DeMarco's won a free kick. And you'd think with a minute and a half to go of the added 5 minutes, this is Inter Milan's last chance to try and get themselves an equaliser to bring it to extra time. Onana's kick, Ederson's come a long way and he's claimed it, and he will lie on that for as long as the Polish referee will give him, because he has come a long way. Very brave there to come out and just claim that like he did. Lukaku didn't look arsed, to be fair. Didn't look like he really wanted it, but Ederson was really commanded in the air there. And Manchester City have about 60 seconds or so to wait, and it looks like they're going to get this Champions League under their belt. Finally, after so long. The one they've wanted for so long. It looks like they're going to do it. Foden there, brilliant pressing from the front to pressure Mkhitaryan into a mistake there, but Inter still have the ball from the throw-in. Back it goes to Onana. 30 seconds left in Istanbul. Onana launches it long towards Lukaku. He's beaten in the air by Ruben Diaz, who absolutely celebrates like he's just scored a goal there, quite frankly, and you can't blame him. 15 seconds left on the clock. Brozovic launches one into the box. Flicked on, and it's away. Gustin's got the initial flick on it. It's away now. Walker is pressing Mkhitaryan. They've got to get it in the box here. Brozovic. They've got numbers forward on the right here. Out it comes. Can he get his cross in? He can. Will it be a corner? It will be a corner. Will Inter Milan get time to take it? It looks like they will. We've played the 5 minutes. Inzaghi is going mental on the sideline. Corner for Inter Milan. 5 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Onana is up for the corner. It's now or never. Can City hold on? Onana's up for it. DeMarco will take. Just beat the first man. DeMarco's corner. It's flicked on by Gustin. It's Ederson's got a touch on it.
Oh, it's gone.
Brozovic, and he slipped, and that is surely it. And it is indeed. And Manchester City have done it. At long last, Manchester City have won the Champions League. Their first ever Champions League title. They've had to work very, very hard for it there tonight. I will say that. Credit to Inter Milan. They've managed to come all the way. And my God, they gave Man City a good fucking game, and they gave them a right scare there right at the end with that header coming in from Robin Gosens. And ultimately on the night, and over the course of the tournament, Manchester City deserve it. Manchester City are the best team in Europe, and it is now official. For the first time ever, their name will be on that trophy. It's a super team. You know, they've got here, you could say it by spending the amount of money that they've had, but Grivac is back in the chat and he says frauds. I understand, mate. I understand. It's tough, especially for Man United fans, I'm sure, because they not only have won the Champions League for the very first time, but they have levelled what Manchester United managed to do in 1999, and that is winning the UEFA Champions League. And it was a second half goal from Rodri that did it. Look, they deserve it, man. They do deserve it. I feel for Inter Milan. They went out there tonight and they've really, really made a good... Romelu Lukaku, man.
Fraud.
He's a fraud. They've gone out there tonight, though, and they've made a really, really good hash of it. And they've made a super... they've represented themselves really, really well out there Inter tonight. Maybe I was a little bit disrespectful pre-kickoff towards Inter Milan in the sense that I didn't think they could potentially come here tonight and put in a performance. I thought Manchester City were going to run riot, particularly the way you looked at the way City ended the season, basically winning every game by 2 or 3 or more goals. I thought they'd do the same tonight, but we can see now that the name of Manchester City is finally being carved into that famous old trophy. Erling Haaland is in tears. Ellie, can you not make noise? Please? What is that?
I don't know.
Stop.
Playing with it.
Yeah, if only Inter didn't bring on Lukaku. Look, I don't think it's Lukaku's fault necessarily, but you get a lucky bounce to the ball. Rodri comes in and buries that strike, to be fair to him. It was a lovely goal. And City, over the course of the tournament, over the course of the season, best team in Europe, man. Best team in Europe. And a lot of people wanted to believe that Inter Milan could come here tonight, and a lot of people wanted to believe Inter Milan could come here tonight and really shock the odds. And they put in a performance that they can be proud of. But ultimately, it's Manchester City who've done it. They've completed the treble. And it leaves questions. It leaves questions moving forward. Now, obviously, there's a lot of questions in regard to the financial breaches that Manchester City are currently being investigated over. We've not heard an awful lot about that, actually, by the way, recently. There are continuing questions about that. And I'm not sure how that's going to be resolved. Danny is joining the stream. Quick little word, Dan. Do you want to have a little mention there?
Imagine only winning the Champions League once. That's all I'll say. Only once.
They have done it. They have done it. Question is, does the 99 still beat this City side, says Mr. Grievach in the chat. That could be a potential podcast topic, mate, because I reckon we could guess. I know you said the last day about the 99 team and you reckon that is like still well clear of this City team, but it would be an interesting little topic if we were to make like a 1 to 11 using these two teams now, because these are the two teams that stand out amongst the rest in terms of this achievement. But Inter Milan, man, can be super, super proud of the way they conducted themselves. Would you agree with that Inter Milan performance tonight?
They played quite well. I mean, how did
Lukaku.
Lukaku not score twice?
Yeah.
He had 2 really good chances.
I mean, he blocked that one off the line from thing. I think Ruben Diaz still would have blocked it anyway.
Maybe.
But it still doesn't
I was very
help.
impressed by Di Marco.
Di Marco was very good. He could have got that goal. That was the one that Lukaku blocked off the line. Does the 99 still beat the City side? I wonder, mate. I wonder. I'd love to see it in like a... I would love to see that kind of simulated and see what would happen. I don't know is the answer to that question. Yeah, it's hard to know because that United team is so full of winners. So full of winners. But this City team are something else as well. It's hard to know. Let us know your thoughts on that one, lads, in the comments. Who would win in a game, Manchester City of now or the Man United 99 team? Lads, we're on 1,089 subscribers, by the way. So, you know, if you want to pass around the link, pass around the stream. See if we can hit 1.1k as soon as possible, because we're nearly there, actually. Who's your man of the match? That's a very good question, Ryan. My man of the match, I think I'd have to give it to the man on screen at the minute. The man that got the goal. Rodri, I think he is super, mate. I really do. Ederson made some good saves in the second half as well, but he had some dodgy moments in that first half, I will say as well. But I think Rodri, man, he has really evolved. When he first came to City, it took him a while to kind of settle in, I think, and certainly break into that team over Fernandinho. But I think particularly in the title run-ins as well, he has just been immense in the middle of the park. And I don't think City would be half the team they are without him. Like, people talk about your De Bruyne's, your Haalands, your Bernardo Silva's, your Grealish's, particularly, who stepped up this season. But man, without Rodri, City don't tick. And that was again the same tonight. And he's got his crowning moment as the man that has scored the winning goal in a Champions League final. He joins a very elite list of footballers that have managed to do that. Like when I said, I'll go back to the point where I said it leaves questions, and it certainly does leave questions. It leaves questions about where do City go from here. They've done it. They've done it. This group of players have done it. And will some of them be like Gundogan and now look to maybe jump ship and try something else elsewhere? God, I fucking hope so. But to be fair, the way City's recruitment is, they very rarely get transfers wrong, or they very rarely make poor transfers. So whoever would come in to replace those Donnies who leave, probably going to be able to do as good a job. I hear Kovacic looks to be done. Kovacic to City, which makes me very sad. Makes me very sad. But I don't know. What does it leave for Pep? Pep's done it again. He's done it. And where does this leave him in the GOAT manager debate? I mean, we talked about it on the stream last week. Myself and Jack talked about it last week. And it's an interesting question because he's done incredible things at Manchester City. Yes, given seemingly, infinite resources, if you will, to try and keep building year on year. But man, Jack Grealish is joining the BT crew. He's just probably going to be in tears, let's be honest. And who could blame him? Tears of joy. It does leave that question: what more has Pep got to achieve here at City? Does the fact that he's now won the Champions League shorten his window that he was thinking of staying for? Again, I don't have the answers to any of these questions. I'm just posing the questions here. Is that Mario Balotelli as a pundit? Yes, it is. That is Mario Balotelli as a pundit.
Where?
Him.
Oh, yeah.
Why always me? What a guy, Mario Balotelli. Jack Grealish deserves a huge amount of credit. I came under a huge amount of scrutiny last season, coming in for the kind of money that he did. Was always going to be difficult to kind of adapt and meet those expectations, I suppose. I'm closing this because there's too much noise coming from downstairs. So bye. Bye.
See you now.
But yeah. So interesting times ahead. Where does the future of Pep lie? Where does the future? I mean, I don't think he's going to leave straight away. To be fair, he might give it a couple. He'll give it another couple of years. Can you just stop? Just stop.
Yeah.
Rio Ferdinand there embraces Jack Grealish. Let's check the Instagram poll one more time. Let's see what smart arses have gone onto the poll now and say, "Oh, I think City are going to win." You're not funny. You're not funny. It was at 60-odd% for a City win last time out. 62. So we actually haven't got any other votes since then. But I'll guarantee you, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to see people, because the polls stay up for 24 hours. I'm going to have people on there going, I think City will win. Shut up. Grow up.
I said intro run.
You were wrong, Zach.
I know.
You were wrong.
Where?
You were very wrong. Oh, fuck.
They should have won though.
Jesus Christ, that's how he plays in Switzerland. I think he still does play. In Switzerland or Turkey or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I think he is still playing. But
I know
he's managed to land himself a punditry gig. Which, to be fair, when he was playing, I remember thinking, I don't remember thinking this, but like, he wouldn't have been a man that you could potentially see going into any sort of television work. Unless it was like a You've Been Framed type thing or Comedy Central. Brady GoPro in the goal would be class. Yes, it would. I'm surprised more League of Ireland. I don't know if any League of Ireland footballers have like a YouTube channel or something like that. But that would be a really interesting concept. Look, I'm a YouTuber who played League of Ireland once upon a time. We said earlier on the stream, my DMs are open Longford Town if you're looking for any new signings during this winter break.
Winter break.
Summer. Shut up!
I won't, actually, Aaron, because
He
that
is
was
such
stupid.
a knob.
Winter break.
So, Ilkay Gundogan's going to get his trophy lift, lads. We're going to go off shortly, lads. So, once again, thank you to everyone that has watched the stream thus far. We'll wait until the trophy lift. Now, is Sergio Aguero? I heard Sergio Aguero's knocking about. Is he going to join the trophy lift?
Probably.
Robbie, you're off. Thanks a million, mate. Thank you for joining the stream, lad. It's much appreciated. And hopefully see you at some of the next town games, lad. Fair play. Believe it or not, Rodolfo, I don't know if I mentioned it, Rodolfo was Messi's first coach at Barcelona. Yeah,
Really?
he was
I heard
now.
that.
Before I go, I've got one for the Waterford boys. Oh, here's the FIFA boys coming out. Or UEFA.
Roasting up.
It really is.
Man, I am sweating balls
Yeah,
right now.
it's so
Fucking
hot.
hell. I mean, the tea probably isn't helping, but
I'm gonna fucking lose some time.
you just pinched me. Don't ever do that again. You know, Zach's recently lost his place as main goalkeeper on the channel.
It's an L.
Massive shout out to Rian. That'll be in the football video coming out tomorrow.
It's a once off.
But Rian has taken his place because he's just so much better than Zach. Like, it's night and day, really. It's night and day. Day and night in my mind. Grievat, your City got found out for this financial scandal. Do they take away the treble, you reckon? I don't know. That would be very drastic.
That'd be so funny.
That would be very funny. That actually would be so funny. You'd feel bad for some of these City players because some of them are like genuine. Most of them are genuine good lads and fantastic footballers. I don't know, mate. I have a bad feeling that the worst thing that would happen to City if they got found out would be like a fine and maybe a points deduction. I feel like the points deduction might be the worst case scenario for them. I just don't see them doing something that drastic, even though it's like over 100 charges or something incredible like that. But imagine taking away a treble. Oh, it'd be killings. There'd be absolute killings. And does that mean then that Arsenal will get given the Prem, United will get given the FA Cup, and Inter would be given this? Man, that'd be insane. It would kind of lose that bit of it wouldn't have the same feel if it wouldn't have the same feel. You'd be a bit pissed off. Like I know for me it wouldn't feel right. You could still say, "Oh, I won a Champions League medal," but did you really? Did you? Or what? Were City just found out for financial doping or whatever it's called? Well done, refs. Toughest job in the game. Toughest job in the game. Shut up. Toughest job in the game.
Excuse me.
Hey. Fucking hell. It's very violent.
That is very violent.
It would bring me so much joy.
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
Oh no.
So there's no feeling of United didn't really win that FA Cup. It would just be it would just be like, yeah, we won it. Well deserved. Fair enough. Game's a game. The ref is swinging around
his medal
swinging
Oh
around his
my
medal
fucking
like he's
God.
just won the World Cup. Yes, Ryan has also applauded the rest. Well done, lads. Lautaro Martinez looks pissed, as he would be. Man, I feel bad for Inter because they really did show up tonight and put in a performance. And one moment, and that's all it takes. Like, I wouldn't even say City were that much better than Inter tonight. You know, like when Ryan asked me for my man of the match there, I could have easily picked an Inter player out. You know, Danny mentioned DiMarco there at left back. Could have easily got it. Obviously Lukaku, well up for debate there as well. But I don't know. It's there's not been that much of a difference between the sides tonight. Let's be honest. Lukaku getting that well-deserved runners-up medal for keeping City in front with that incredible block and miss a few minutes after that. Oh, nah, what's his name? Anyway, that's my singing voice, if anyone wanted to hear it. Don't plug out that. Don't plug out that or else this all goes down. Hope you know that. That's the internet source, lads, by the way.
I think you and Jack should make a song.
You think me and Jack should make a song?
Yeah,
About what?
just anything.
I remember one night, actually. Funny story.
Kennedy Cup.
A Kennedy Cup song. One night, do I want to tell this story? I'll tell the story. I remember one night I was coming back from a college night out, and Kelly had had a few too many, and I sent Grivach a video. Grivach will probably remember this. I sent Grivach a video, pitching the idea of making a song to him, and woke up the next morning and he was like, I can't even remember what he said, to be honest. I remember just being like, shit, did I say that? Turns out I did. I think I still have the video. I think I saved it for some reason. So that video's never getting shown to anyone, ever.
I think it should if you get to...
If you get to 1 million.
If I get to 1 million subscribers tonight, we'll show it.
No.
How about in the next few years?
Fuck off.
Yeah.
But if you get to...
If I hit a million,
If you hit 1 million.
if I hit 1 million subscribers ever, I'll show that video.
Okay.
If you
There
hit,
you go.
No, in the next 10 years, we'll say. If you hit 1 million subscribers, you should leak the video.
Leak the video of me suggesting we make a song to Jack. That was the thing that happened, lads. That was the thing that I actually suggested. You can tell I had a few too many. I just watched Chelsea get knocked out of the Champions League that night as well. I do remember that much. So Manchester City are up receiving their medals. He's alright there. Or one of you after fucking letting rip.
No, we can't. We can't say.
That's rotten if you've done that.
No,
You may leave if you've done that.
No, we didn't. I don't think we can say it.
Like it cancelled?
Who's that? Is that Gomez? Man's bro's acting like he's on the team. Who's that? There's talks of Mahrez going to Saudi actually as well. Ryan was asking me earlier in the stream about my thoughts on Benzema and Kante. But the debates have to be...
Fuck.
This guy's just lost his head. Are you alright? Do you need to leave? Another Stephen W, says Ryan.
What do you mean? Start laughing.
He's being a giddy fucking bollocks, Ryan.
There's no another about it. This hasn't.
Stephen has taken 0 L's.
Stephen takes many L's.
You can just see Danny peeking through in the background there. How are you, Dan? How are you getting on? Erling can't believe his eyes. 2 hours 40. Give it up for 2 hours 40 on stream. Thing is, if I ever wanted to do like a 24-hour charity live stream or something like that, I wouldn't be able to because the internet goes down. Because there's some point in today where we have to actually restart the router because the internet is so shit. So I don't want to get it to happen. Don't want to get it to be a thing. Maybe we'll do like Stephen, do you need to go?
No.
I I know what he's doing, but I know he's laughing at, but I can't say it.
Ilkay Gundogan's going to lift the trophy. The RTE coverage is going on downstairs. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't. And he's oh, do that again. Oh, and here they are. They're going to lift it now. Gundogan has it in his hands.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's gonna be really dead.
'Cause there's lads sitting down.
hooray!
Oh, it was actually a bit dead. It's a bit dead.
Manchester City have done it. Well done, lads. Does anyone care?
No.
No. Well, John.
I don't think Josh
Not really.
cares.
I didn't hear Josh once. And you think if the,
Josh said-
let's reverse the role.
Like, hey.
I'd say it was yes. Hooray!
It was
Yeah,
a bit of a hooray. Yeah.
When the
Yes.
final whistle blew, he literally went.
Pep's just on the side. Pep's just gone. All right, so there's not an awful lot else to add to that, lads. We're probably going to wrap it up there, if that's all right. Don't care if it's all right or not. It's my decision. It's my stream. I'm going to go now. So listen, thank you to everyone that watched at one point or another during the stream here today, and thank you all for your chats and your comments and all of that kind of stuff. It's all very much appreciated. So Ryan's gone, quote, hooray, Aaron Kelly 2023. Well, I mean, that is the reaction, to be fair. So, like I say, lads, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. If you at any point during the stream, it is massively appreciated. And it kind of, like I say, opens the door to maybe doing more of these. That's 2 we've done in the last 2 weeks now. So maybe next season we can really kick on and do a lot more of this. But Manchester City have done it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for joining me today. And we'll see you again very, very soon. All right? All the best.